Hi guys, I'm live. I don't know if you can see for the chop and chat. Kind of, huh? Not really. If I could raise this up, maybe. It's not a hot mess. Why would this be a hot mess? Here you can kind of see. Okay, so I'm here, chop and chat. Dale double booked, so he is not here at the moment, hoping to come later. Oh gosh. I'm hoping to be able to see comments when they come. I'm just gonna get my iPad just in case. I've never gone. Hey, Kayla, I do see your comment. Awesome. Kimberly and Paul, hey, how are you? It's a little bit further away than I wanted it to be. But Dale double booked, so he's not here at this second. Hey, Kathy. How are you? So he should be here a little bit later, and then he can help me read the comments. So hopefully, I apologize if I miss your comment. Feel free to tell me again. The bird is covered, the air conditioner's off. I think we're good. So I have a bunch of these. I have 6 full-size loaves to cut. And I have this whole basket. Not that we're gonna cut it all tonight, maybe. We'll see how fast I am. And then I have 12 Scentsy bricks. One of them is holding up my phone stand. So 11, it's a Christmas one, so I have a lot to chop if we get to it. So this one is from Haight Row. Laura, I was just watching your video. Shoot, I missed that comment. Let me pull up my iPad. It went too quick. So let's see if I can pull you guys up here real quick, because I have random things to talk about. But let's see, me live. Got it. Okay, so Laura says, I was just watching your video where you were discussing losing your club. I felt your pain as I would be devastated. Yeah, that was super sad. I'm still kind of bummed and sad about it, but yeah. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do, so. Hey, Amy. Let me see if oh yeah, I might be able to set this up so I can read. Hey, Brenda. Yeah, hang tight, you guys. Dale will be here sometime. The Music Conservatory had a meeting that he had to go to, and it was kind of, he forgot about me. It's okay. So he'll be here. He wants to join in, so. But this one, I don't remember if I told you guys. This is Haight Row Tea and Cakes that I'm going to chop here. So, yeah. Haight Row is fairly soft, so this is a so this cutting board I got from KitchenAid, We went to one of Dale's stores things in Nashville for management, and I got this cutting board for free, and then Janae had sent me this cutter. So thank you, Janae. This makes it so much easier. Just want to make sure I don't miss you guys' comments. I may say a lot. My apologies. I'll try not to do that, but I'm nervous live compared to doing it talking not live. I get more nervous, so the more nervous I get, the more I don't know what to say, and the more I say so forgive me, please. And yeah, so let's see, what shall we talk about? There, see, I did it again. Vendor wax. So I haven't really tried that many. I've tried Hayden Row, obviously, L3 Waxy Wonders. I have Teddy Bees. Do you have any tips for wax not cracking? No. I'm kind of new at this, and to be honest with you, normally when you go to chop it, yeah, and normally I notice Scentsy splinters a little bit more. Teddy Bees is really soft, so it doesn't splinter. A lot of times I'll use like a butter knife. Hi, Weird Debbie. Sorry to say that. That's like your name, Debbie. Hi, Debbie. And so a lot of times I'll use a butter knife when I'm doing my bricks, and I do one at a time. I do find, like, for the soft wax, like Teddy Bees, this is so much fun. Have you had a chance to melt Happy Birthday yet? I'm just wondering if I should take a stab at it. I would go ahead and take a stab at it. So many people love that and think it's a great performer. It's hard for me to personally say because I struggle to smell vanilla. Brandy from Brandy's Bars to Bricks did send me a bar, and I did struggle to smell it. I'm hoping that maybe Scentsy made it a little bit stronger. Probably not, because it's in people's clubs, but one can hope. And if you don't struggle to smell vanilla, definitely give it a try. People say it's much stronger than Happy Birthday, or no, Birthday Wishes. And I have to use 2 clams of Birthday Wishes just to smell it. So definitely give it a try. I think it's worth it. Hi. Is it Myrene? Did I say that right? Myrene, how are you? Debbie. I had better luck with bricks lately. I was having cracked bricks, especially Johnny Appleseed. Some of mine do crack too. Brenda says, Happy Birthday is a strong performer. You can mix it with other scents like lemon, strawberry, blueberry, or whatever you fancy. And I do have a bar, thanks to Brenda, of Happy Birthday. So I haven't had a chance to melt it yet, but I mean, a lot of people have great luck with that, Laura. So sorry, the bird is covered. Oh, good, Myrene. It's a beautiful name. Oh, feeling better. I still get a cough sometimes, or my throat gets dry. I do have water, because no one wants to hear my bird or me coughing. But I still have a cough. I don't know. That was my first, Rose, sorry. That was my first bout of bronchitis. That was not fun. Oh, I am so sorry. Hope you're not using earbuds. Now, I will say Hayden Row seems to be pretty soft. You don't need to microwave it or anything. I do have some things that fall off, but I just plan to throw those in the bag. You're welcome, Myrene. So yeah, Amy, I'm trying to feel better. I notice if I don't chop this up ahead of time, I don't use it as often. So that's one way to try to use it, is to, you know, chop it up and leave it in the bag. You want to see my bird someday? She's famous. Does she ever walk around? Does she get along with cats? Funny story. I do have a couple of videos. One for sure, Rose, that I know that she was like on my shoulder, but you'd have to look back at that one. And I'm so sorry. When Dale's here, she doesn't do it as much. And then, oh, she's horrible. She's such a brat. She used to walk around until we had cats, because I used to just leave her cage open. And she used to be clipped. But when we got the cats, I haven't clipped her since we have cats, since we got Gingy. And I don't keep her cage open. Now, when these cats, the stray cats that we took in, when they go up to her cage and get curious, she slams her doors down like she was kind of doing there. And it scares them off. So that's kind of her defense mechanism for those stray cats. She's smart. But one of these days, I have to make sure that they're upstairs and I shut the doors to let her out. She can fly, but she doesn't realize it because she's so used to being clipped that she just falls to the ground. She's funny. And I don't let her know any different. So, but for her own safety, I haven't clipped her since. Other vendors that I've tried, they're here. Oh, thanks to Virginia, I can now say I've tried Kay's scented melts. And then Charity sent me Super Tarts, lavender and speckles. So I'm trying to learn. Brenda says, do you like vendor wax over Scentsy or retail wax? I think vendor wax performs different compared to Scentsy. And retail, what do you prefer? Or are you about the same? It doesn't matter. Overall, in general, I still really, really, really love Scentsy. I think it lasts longer. So it's what I mostly have. Scentsy I can get to last for days. Now I will say, bookstore from Hayden Row has lasted days and filled up my entire downstairs. It just depends on the vendor. Even like some of Hayden Row's hasn't really performed all that well for me, more the bakery. It just depends. I have a hard time with wax. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I struggle sometimes too. I'm learning my way. What I have learned is that, especially with L3 and Sassy Girl, that I had to leave them sit for a year before they actually got strong enough. And Debbie says she hasn't ordered vendor wax yet. I understand that. I haven't ordered a lot. I'm just kind of feeling my way with it. When I discovered that Sassy Girl comes alive and L3 after about a year, then I'm starting to explore a little bit more. But I've also learned don't use too much, because with L3, and I just said this in a video that I recorded but haven't had time to upload it yet, because I just got my L3 haul. That the first time I did it, I used chunks probably this big. I didn't know. And it was too much. And it actually made the air feel really heavy. Unlike Scentsy, which I've used a couple brick cubes in a warmer before. And I don't get that feeling with Scentsy, which is another reason why I really love Scentsy. But I find that you don't need as much with vendor wax, and it performs better. And and you don't, my eyes were watering that day, and I was like, I don't think vendor wax is for me, and I ended up gifting a bunch of it. Brenda says, it all depends on the warmer, your room size, the type of warmer you use will affect the performance. I'm finding that a lot with my vendor wax. Oh, Kaylee, you did the same with L3? Yeah, use too much. Yeah, it's not good. Very bad. I was like, ugh. And then I gifted a bunch of it. And then I found out, I think someone commented on my video that I used way too much. And I was like, oh my gosh. Some of the scents only last a few hours, which disappoints you. Myrene, yes. I find that too. But I also find that with Scentsy sometimes. So, it, you know, like apple cherry strudel, it just kind of depends. I get out of work like between 4:30 and 5, depending on the week that I'm working. So a lot of times I use Scentsy and leave it in till the next day after work. Dale's here a lot. So I just change it out when I get home every day. So, and I never turn my warmers off. So they're on 24/7. So I'm okay with that if some of the vendors don't last all day. But like I said, Hayden Row Bookstore was like 3 days. Can vendor wax be used in Scentsy? Yes. Before I joined Scentsy as a consultant, I used to use Swan Creek in it and performed great. I'm not 100% clear. I don't think it voids your warranty. I don't think they care. It's more the electrical that's the warranty anyway. Or like a manufacturing defect. But yeah, you can. They say hotter warmers. I've actually had really good luck. Like I said, when I let these go a year and mature, cure, they work really well in my Scentsy. But I have all different kinds of strength. I'm getting behind on comments. Hold on one sec. Brenda says, I love Ella After Wax as a vendor. Her wax performs well. I need to try that because I think Robin said the same thing. She really liked Ella After. You can tell I talk with my hands looking at the video. Sorry about that. And Jennifer says, would you ever make your own wax stuff? If so, what would your scent be? I would love to do that, especially if I was retired and had nothing else to do. I would totally love that. Or independently wealthy. And I want to make soaps. I really, really, really want to make soaps and cookies, fancy cookies. And what would your scent be? I don't know. You mean what would I name my company, or what would be my favorite types of wax to make? And Kayla says, I didn't realize that either. I just found out I was using too much. Yeah, like I didn't know any better because with Scentsy you can use a whole bunch and it's okay. But they use food grade paraffin wax, which is why it's non-toxic. So I think that's part of it. And Brenda's responding to Debbie. You can use vendor wax in a Scentsy warmer. Oh, that voids the warranty. And I also love element warmers for vendor wax, Brenda. Or like these ceramic, or like the 40-watt element bulbs. And Myrene says, do I need to add more warmers? I warm in a Glade warmer. I didn't even know Glade had warmers. I haven't set up my Scentsy warmers yet. What I don't like to have empty clams, or half empty clams. Sorry, you guys. I don't like to have half empty clams. So, because it drives my OCD crazy. So I try to use an entire clam at once. For some reason, it doesn't bother me in a bag. I guess because my brain knows I can't possibly melt all of that. But, so I use 8 warmers. Just depends on the day, what I'm feeling, what I think will work better. So I'll use 8 warmers and put 1 cube, but that's in my living room, dining room area. In my bedroom, I have 2 element warmers, Scentsy. I don't actually have a non-Scentsy warmer on display. I do have one in my closet that's Walmart, but I found I didn't have as good performance with it as I did actually using Scentsy, which is interesting. So Myrene, I would say I like to mix element bulb warmers, 40 watt. I like to just have a variety, 20 watt. It just depends. And Brenda says, yes, it does affect your warranty, avoids it. Okay, good to know. Hi, Michelle from Memories and Melts. Lacey from Morrison Blue. Hi, Lacey. Brenda says, from Bubbling Over with Scents by Brenda Summers. Glade warmers are really small, so you may want to add another 1 or 2, Myrene, to smell the scent in a middle-sized room. Good to know. I literally didn't know they made warmers. Do I like the 40, CC Scents says, do you like the 40 watt Scentsy warmers? Do they work better for throw for vendor wax? Great video. I do think 40 watt, because they get real hot, do actually work and perform really well with vendor wax, but I also feel the same way about the higher wattage element warmers, because they're hot plate warmers. So you'll hear a lot of people like that. Lexi from 2 Quick Wicks talks about, and Charity and Natalie and Lacey, and we'll talk about like using hot plate warmers, and I'm trying to think because I don't have them. I'm not sure what else. Like a candle lamp. I can't think of what all. You guys will have to comment and help the others out, because I don't have any of that stuff, so I'm not real sure. Like, I almost kind of think this piece might be a little big, but I'm still gonna leave it. Yeah, I'm kind of new to the vendor wax, but I'm having so much fun, you guys, because the scents are so much different than Scentsy. They have a ton more bakery, so I'm just having fun exploring the different categories. Okay, Debbie says I need to head out. I will catch the rest on replay. Take care, Melissa. Bye. Have a good night, Debbie. We'll see you in the replay. It's hard for me to talk, and that's why I wanted Dale to read the comments. So he should be here soon. He said he's going to try to be here about 6:30. So, and I have a ton to chop. So, not that we want to be here all night, but it is fun to interact with you guys in the chat. I will say that's so much fun. And Myrene says, thank you, because my vents are in my ceiling. I think this takes away from my smell. I wish, she wishes she could use tea light warmers. However, it's against policies. Against policies. Wait, what do you mean? Like where you live, or Scentsy? What's my favorite vendor? That's a tie. Right now, I would say Sassy Girl Aroma, just because I love the artistic how artistic they look with the different colors. And this is from Holly. But the complexity and the sophistication of the scent notes in Teddy Bees, I haven't melted it yet, so I don't exactly know how it's going to perform. But Teddy Bees, just because of the sophistication of the way that she mixes her notes, I'm super impressed, and this could easily become my favorite, but I still really, really, really love Sassy Girl. Oh, where you live, really? So you can't use tea light warmers, probably because they're afraid you'll leave them, maybe start a fire. Because I could see my daughter lives in a apartment, kind of different buildings, and there's, you know, apartments in it, and I'm not sure they're able to leave candles going and stuff either. I think she's out in Wichita, Kansas, and I believe that they have policies like that too, so that makes sense. They're strict. You stay in an apartment, yeah. I could see, I haven't really, she does melt Scentsy, but I could see how a tea light would be frowned upon. Oh, Candle Crock, yeah, Brenda says. And they're good for candles. Oh, but they don't do well throw-wise. Hot plate warmers from Sensationals work really well for vendor wax. Scentsy element warmers work great for either. Well, that's good to know. I've honestly had really good luck with my Scentsy warmers, but like I said, I just have to let them cure a little bit. And that's why I'm starting to date these. Yeah, I know, Scentsy's pretty great about being able to use it, although lately they've been pretty light, but I think they also just need to cure even though they say they don't. For example, when Candy Crave was in Bring Back My Bar, this was last summer maybe, or the summer before, no, last summer, last fall, anyways, no, it was like 2 summers ago, because we were helping my daughter move to Kansas, and it was so light I could hardly smell it, which in the summer in my bedroom, it's a challenge anyway. And I had a bar that I let sit for a year, and I went to warm it, and it performed amazing. So it just goes to show, even Scentsy sometimes performs better after it cures if they're really light. So try not to give up on it if you really, really love the scent, because I have found that after about a year, they work amazing sometimes, like Candy Crave. Which, if that one comes back, I would put that in my club. Normally, I don't actually chop. So, and Myrene says, I have to skip my club due to the upcoming Scentsy release. I forgot to look at the news today, darn it. I don't know what's coming up. Do you mean like Bring Back My Bar? And Brenda says, find the longer my wax sits, the better it performs and the scent comes out stronger. That's just my experience. I agree, Brenda. Even with Scentsy sometimes. They're just sometimes, I know that they say that you don't have to cure it, but sometimes it actually does help. This wax is kind of messy and it's going to drive me crazy. Oh, Bring Back My Bar. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones in there. Some I took out of my club knowing they were coming back. So I look forward to putting them back in my club. Oh, you guys, my club. This mess is really going to drive me crazy. Oh yeah, you can see it on the screen. So that's the tea and cakes from Hayden Row. So I dropped bars I didn't think I would, but I have quite a few. And I have a lot of wax now that I'm like, it'll be okay. Because like with vendor wax, you can't put it in a club, is how I'm trying to look at it. So I can't club this. So I'll enjoy it while I have it, kind of a thing. I guess because I lost those 10 bars, I'm trying to be a little more realistic about it sometimes instead of trying to hang on to everything. So I dropped, because I have several bars of Pillow Time, I dropped that one. I dropped Lush Gardenia because I have like 4 of them. Aw, Myrene, I had you in tears. I had me in tears too. Aw, you're so precious to cry with me. Thank you. It's a sand swept bothered me a lot because that was my connection to Maine. Things I don't think are gonna come back as fast, like cotton candy cookie might, lemon coconut chiffon might, root beer float. It's kind of a niche scent. I don't see that one coming back as fast. It does make me feel better that you can get it in vendors. So happy about that. I dropped sugar, you guys. I didn't think I would, but so many vendors have, they have sugar that I'm like, I think I'll be okay. And I kept Pink Haze because it's like cotton candy. The haul was overwhelming. Yeah. I dropped, let's see, Hendrix, just because I didn't seem to like that one as much when I melted it. Even though Dale really likes it, I have like 5 bars. Could be okay. My nose is changing. It's weird. Trying to think. Like, hey, Tiger Lily, I don't think it'll ever come back. You guys, I've not shared this with you guys. 2 of them were mine. You guys gifted, I have a total, I think I have the Guinness World's Book of Record of Hey Tiger Lily. I have 67 total bars of Hey Tiger Lily. So I'm feeling pretty good that I'll be okay until it may someday come back. Thank you. You guys, seriously, thank you. I'd never have that if it wasn't for you guys. Brenda, I am surprised they are only bringing back 20 bars for this round. Yeah, me too. Especially when a lot of them are repeats. I was kind of surprised too, which I'm kind of happy, even though I still want to club some of them. Oh, that's another one. Cashmere Pear was very light when it first came out, and I had it for a quick minute, and I was like, no. And then it ended up being stronger the more it sat, and I was like, oh, like I've already kicked it out of my club. So I'm actually going to put that in my club and hope that that matures really well. How do they determine what gets voted for? Michelle, good question. So it's the top 200 bars of that time. Hey Tiger Lily obviously wasn't popular enough. Paradise Petals will never be popular enough to make it. So that's what makes me sad that they'll probably never get voted back, because they were never popular enough to be in the top 200 of sales for that. I don't know if it's that 6 months or that year. I know, 67. I'm pretty sure if Guinness World's Book of Records had a category for wax, that for one single bar of wax, that would be me. One single cent. And I owe it to you guys. I'm so touched that you guys are willing to share. Now you can melt Hey Tiger Lily without feeling guilty. It's true. It's true. I don't know. I still feel like I want to hoard it, but it's true. Gosh, I was like, if I did that every month, so it's like 12 in a year, it would take me, what, probably 6 years to melt it if I did a bar every year. And I was like, I think I'm good. Who knows? Maybe I'll be sick of it by the time I get down to 67. Oh, you believe some of the oils are hard to get now, Myrene? I agree with you. Sorry, it's hard to talk in. So this one is two-toned. This is Harry's Sweater from Hayden Rowe. And it's kind of like Shorts and Sweater, which is kind of like their snuggle up version. and butterbeer. So this is butterbeer, and this is shorts and sweater, which is amazing. So based on Harry Potter. Okay, so some of the oils being hard to get now. Vanilla oud is one of them, but it's come back in popularity. So I'm kind of hoping, since vanilla is a scent trend, and if you watch, there's a lot of vanilla oud floating around out there with vendors too. I'm hoping that since he maybe, just maybe, is planning to bring it out in a seasonal brick for the holidays, knowing how much everybody loves it and how they just last second without telling anybody pulled it from that one flash sale bundle without telling us and just replaced it. So we got 2 of the same bar, which was super weird. And they didn't even warn anybody. And people bought that bundle just for that bar. So I'm hoping that it wasn't in the voting this last time, even though it was before, because they know that they're bringing it out. So why bring it and bring back my bar when they have something up their sleeve? I'm just hoping. Wishful thinking. It can't be from the past 2 years prior to bring back my bar. Although sometimes, Brenda, sometimes they do and you're like, wait, what? I thought that wasn't part of the rules. Sometimes I don't know what they're doing. Somebody messes up. Says the top 200, yeah. And Michelle, that's unfortunate for people who like more niche scents, right? And that's why in the idea portal, I put to please bring back woolly slippers, or have the cozy collection again, or maybe even in brick form. I'm dying to try woolly slippers. The community is so amazing. I loved watching those videos. The community, like, I had no idea just how amazing you guys all are, and I love you so much. Especially if you fall in a scent that you fall for a scent that is more recent. Oh, you fall in love with a scent that's more recent. Yeah. You're fine. Hey, Scott. You caught me live. Scott from our Warren Area Society of the Paranormal group. He's the leader. I am on a live video. Isn't that funny? It's funny that you found me. Yeah. This one's slightly harder. I know that if you, I'm always afraid, don't microwave them obviously in this thing, but if you microwave them, oh, Scott, Brenda's saying hi. She's up in Canada. If you microwave them like 30 seconds or something, it makes them softer, and I think they don't splinter as much. I'm just scared to do that, so I don't have to deal with the splintering. Acadia Territory. Hey, how are you, Tracy? Aw, much love from us too. Like, it's kind of hard to chop this one when they're... Is it all the same scent? I think it's just colored different. What if you have a small bowl of hot water to sit in a pan to soften? Not a bad idea. Next time. But that's actually a good idea, Scott. I didn't even think about that. So he's always coming up with great ideas. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, thank you, Tracy. I hope you're doing well. I knew Dia would be longer. I just knew he would. But that's okay, because He's doing stuff for the music conservatory, like stuff for grants, and they actually help a lot of kids, like they have a special needs kid there, and he actually doesn't talk on his own. He uses some kind of a computer device to talk, and he's doing like music therapy, and they help with, they've turned into an LLC, and they're trying to get grants and funds and things to help kids come to like music therapy and stuff like that for free, or kids that can't afford music classes. Aw. Oh yeah, the fires. How is that going, you guys? That's so scary. Like, I had no idea, because I try to avoid the news anymore. It's just overwhelming. So I didn't know until you guys said it. So Brenda's in southwestern Ontario. Oh, so she's not really affected, which is good. Yeah, I think Robin out in British Columbia is struggling with the smoke and things. Kind of like when California has theirs. And Australia. That was scary. Michelle, you're in southwestern Ontario too. Well, good. You guys aren't having as rough of a time. Oh, that's so scary. I mean, it's got to affect your air quality and stuff. You guys that I know are Sensi consultants, do you have like the air purifiers? Does it help? Tracy's in southwestern Ontario too. Aw. Well, good. You guys are in a safer space for sure. That's good. I've been to Niagara Falls, Ontario. Aw. And I wanted to go to Nova Scotia through Bar Harbor, but we didn't when we were there. I think you can ride a ferry across. Trying to think. Trying to find things to talk about. So the new releases, you guys, for the new spring summer catalog, I am loving pretty much most of them. And I plan to club a whole bunch. The air quality was affected in our area. Oh, really? Really? The sunrises looked really good though in our location. Really? Brenda says I live about an hour or so southwest of Toronto. In a couple hours to Niagara Falls. If I ever get back there, Brenda, I will let you know. And if you want to take a trip, maybe we can meet up. What was my favorite scent growing up? Cinnamon. I think that's why I love Cinnamon Bear. And Red Hot Cinnamon specifically. Apple cinnamon. Okay. Michelle, you're closest to London, but not in a city. Is there a London, Canada? I hate to be dumb. London, Ontario? I did not know that. I always think London, England. Or do you mean London, England? Hibiscus, raspberry hibiscus tea is your favorite, Amy? Mine is mine is the most hated scent, Sugar Blossom. That'll never come back, so I'm gonna club that for sure. London, Ontario. Well, I just learned something new. Wow. Oh, Scott, I'll have to check. I'm terrible with Facebook lately. I'm gonna have to check out your pictures. London, Ontario. Wow. Well, I'll be doggone. I learned something new. There's a Paris, Ontario. Are you serious? That's wild. I need to travel more. Oh, Amy, you like Sugar Blossom too. I actually want to get more of all of them and melt more. Because I'm kind of loving them all. I don't hate any of them. Which is weird. Especially spring, summer. I don't know what's wrong with me. You steal names? No, we do that. We have a bunch of US cities that have the same names and then it gets confusing. Brussels, Ontario. Wow. Yeah, Canada does make the best maple syrup. I agree with that, Scott. 100%. Totally. They have the best maple everything. They have the best hockey teams, the best coffee. Sorry, Starbucks, but Tim Hortons on plain old coffee. Yeah. Stratford and Shakespeare. Huh. Just Ontario alone, I should travel more. That's very interesting. And those French fries with gravy and cheese curds. What? I'd never heard of that before. It sounds amazing. Like what kind of gravy? Like brown gravy? Sounds amazing. Right, Kimberly and Paul? Oh, poutine. Is that what poutine is? Cheese curds. Well, we have stuff here in my town. Like I said, I don't travel that much. And mostly just the East Coast. I've never been out further than Kansas, but and that's thanks to my daughter. Otherwise, it would have been Kentucky. But it's like Texas hot dog sauce that they put on French fries. Is that, Scott, is that kind of like poutine? Brown gravy. Wow. Cheese curds, gravy, and fries. Yummy. Wow, I need to try that. Yeah, we do. We have chicken lips. It's like boneless pieces of chicken called chicken lips. It's true. I don't know if it's just an area thing or it's a big deal here too. People like to go out and have their chicken lips. Sounds really funny. Interesting name, right? Like, it's so funny. Never heard of them. Might just be our area is weird like that. Oh, and they come in all, just as many different kinds as the wings. It's just, and they're cheaper right now than chicken wings. Oh, I hear Dale. That way I can focus on shopping and he can focus on the comments and read them out loud for me. Scott's on here.
Oh, hey, Scott.
All of our Canadian friends.
Ooh, cool. All of our Canadian friends.
Oh, Kayla lives in the South where they do everything with a chicken, it seems like. I've never heard of chicken lips. Really? Michelle says, hey, Dale, do you want to use my iPad? Or he's got his hat there, Brenda.
Oh, there we are.
Well, I could put this over here.
Hello. Hi, Canada. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll get ready and I'll be right on.
Okay.
So
he's oh, you're gonna look at your phone? Okay.
you want me to look at things? So.
Yeah, just to read these so I can. Everybody says hi, Dale. He made it. Yay. Yeah, chicken lips. It's different. Kimberly and Paul, well, he's upstairs. He'll read it. I have to say, I'm doing better at this than I thought I would. So, another weird thing is my scent preferences are changing. It's weird. like, I really love Lake My Day, and that's masculine. Well, it's like a watery masculine. Oh, another reason why I dropped Lush Gardenia is because Soak and Raise is like suntan lotion, and it gave me Lush Gardenia vibes, but it had more. You guys, you ready for this? You're not gonna believe it. I dropped Atlantic Air. But that's because the new, like, Orchard Apple by the Sea kind of, for now, gives me enough sand swept vibes. What is the new summer bar? Cannot remember the name of it offhand. That gave me some Atlantic Air vibes and some coconut. I know, I must have lost my mind. But it gave me enough of the same vibes with more things that I was like, I think I can let go of this. Are you getting ready to drop Atlantic Air too? Yeah, I never thought I would do. Yes. Thank you so much, Michelle. Ocean Air and Coconut Water. Yeah, it was giving me enough Atlantic Air vibes in the new Pacific Mist that I'm like, I think I love this. Do you ever mix the scents to come up with your own? All the time, Scott. And these guys, I have a list. They comment on my videos, and I need to get back to the melters mixers. It's hard with the melting challenge to keep up with all the things. So I need to get back to that because these guys come up with amazing mixes. Amazing. And sometimes these vendors inspire me to make mixes with Scentsy. I could never do Atlantic Air. It made me sick when I melted it. Really? That's fascinating. Because to me it was like fresh air. But I totally understand a lot of people love those dewy greens, and I'm just like, no. I can't. I know. I'm making a mess.
It's okay.
And it's the little pieces stick to the table. It's crazy. Yeah, if you can just read their
It's all
comments
good.
out loud when they come up.
All right, I'm watching here.
Brenda says, hi, Dale.
Hi, Brenda. How are you?
Oh, and another reason why I like to read their comments in Who Says It, because when you go back to watch these replays, you don't see the comments.
Hi, is it Myrene?
Myrene, yep, you
And
got it.
Kayla, and Kimberly and Paul, and Scotty, my friend. Beam us up, Scotty. Acadia Territory. Who's that?
Scott has a channel, you guys. Huh?
Who's Acadia Territory?
That's Tracy.
That's Maine.
No,
different Acadia. Oh, I see.
Acadia,
Yeah.
Canada.
In Canada, yeah, fantastic.
But she names it because you're close to that, right, Tracy?
Memories and Melts, Bubbling Over, Brenda. Yeah. Okay, I'll try to keep up. You guys are great.
That's your job. I'm gonna chop
Okay.
and you read their comments.
I'm gonna move this over here so I can pay attention to it then.
But Scott has a YouTube channel too for the paranormal stuff if anyone wants to check it out. On rare occasion, you might see Dale and I in there.
Yeah, every once in a while he allows us the.
Like if we're on
Allows
like
me
a
to come
special.
on. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Scott, if you have this stuff from the library theater in there.
I think I did such a terrible job for him last time. He's never invited me back.
No, sometimes Dale talks, yeah. So if you guys are into the paranormal.
Let's see. You were talking to them about therapy that I'm helping with?
Yeah, like the little boy that, like, what does he use to talk?
He has a little computer device. It's like a tablet, but it's all connected to his sensory. I'm not sure the technical parts of it, how it all works out, but it's set up to his central nervous system. So when he thinks thoughts, then he can put those into the machine and can actually have a conversation. He is not what do they call that? Auditory. Okay. So, or audible, I don't know, whatever the right word is there. But he comes and he takes a music class from one of our teachers, and who's just fantastic with him, and he just loves music, and he connects, and all of a sudden all of the brain waves are moving. But I'll walk in and he'll see me come in, and all of a sudden I'll hear this very AI kind of voice that comes across, hello, Dr. Dale, and so it's really cool. It really is. So Scott says he's wanted to have me on there, but my fees are too high. No, that's not true. He wanted to have me on.
Sorry.
Been so long since we've heard. Yeah, Scott, just let me know, and we'll do it. We will do it. I enjoy being on your show. That's for sure. Very good.
Isn't that neat, Michelle?
Yeah. That's it is. We have at the conservatory, music conservatory, we have a special focus on the kids with needs, but and also adults. I've worked with teaching music lessons, guitar lessons, especially with people who've had industrial accidents and have had brain damage, brain injury. And one of the things that I'm thinking of one student who used to play guitar and couldn't play anything anymore because he couldn't get the whole coordination going on. So through patience and music, which actually serves to rebuild the sensory areas of the central nervous system in the brain, we actually see progress in all of those kinds of cases, which is just amazing to me.
And his wife said that you had helped him so much, like the guy that with the guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't he finally have to stop because it was too difficult? But
well, other circumstances, but the bottom line is that it was helpful.
Yeah.
It was helpful for that time. And we have two special needs students that are young children. The one that I just mentioned, then another young girl that also takes from Chelsea, and but she's so good working with these kids. She wasn't a music therapy major; she was a music education major, but she does this so well. Yeah.
Michelle, I agree. Music is so healing in so many ways. It seems. Yeah.
Well, you know how you can be even with elevator music. You're in a store or something, and you hear a song that even the melody line or whatever, and it brings back like not just the memories of where you first heard it or where it was important to you, high school or or elementary school or something like that, but all of a sudden just you start to get all of the smells are in your brain, and you can smell your old cafeteria in your elementary school and all this. This is all a part of what music can do for us. Yeah.
And scent does the same thing
Oh, scent,
too.
exactly. It will take us right back there. Yep. It's pretty amazing.
And Scott says, amazing.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Music is definitely healing energy and vibe. Yes.
Yeah. So, and being my background in ministry, I'm trying to really find ways of doing ministry, and the fact that I was a professional musician for so long, I'm able to blend those two things together now, and we don't just strictly deal with that clientele, but we have that opportunity. So we're really happy about that.
This sounds very cripply.
Yes, Scott. Scott said that unless he's singing, and then it's actually harmful to people's health, and I don't know about that, Scott. I don't know. I've never heard you sing, but it's just wonderful. And let's see here, Brenda. Fascinating. I won't read these out loud.
No, you can.
Can I? Okay.
Replay
So this is really fascinating. Must be really fulfilling to see progress in these people who use music as therapy, and that's absolutely correct. It's very satisfying to be involved, engaged. In fact, that's where I was. We've just developed a nonprofit corporation called the Warren Music Conservatory Foundation Incorporated, which will allow us to write grants to get scholarships for all students that have need, whether it's a financial need, but especially focused on those that have these kinds of needs, so that we can participate. And we have participated with other organizations like the YMCA and others to help with those needs as well. But that's where I was. We just had our first meeting to pass our bylaws. We're about just a few weeks away from the IRS getting us the tax exemption letter that we need to have, but our corporation is already approved in Pennsylvania, so it's one step at a time, but it's going very quickly. And then we've already started to work with a grant writer to write grants for the program, and I think it's just going to explode. We currently have 114 students, and I know that it's probably going to double that over the next year. It's just really wild. Yeah. Plus adult students. Yeah. So our vision for the future is actually to teach music theory and begin a post-secondary to begin with a 2-year degree program that will be post-secondary to help musicians to become proficient, whether it's in performance or in audio engineering, any of those kinds of things, with real hands-on kind of. It's going to be fascinating to see how it unfolds in the future, and a great opportunity. So.
Yep, and it's how I learned to play the cello. Was from the school.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then tell them about the Rock and Roll
That's actually
Hall
what got me involved, was the fact that you got involved with cello, and then I was invited to come and teach guitar lessons, and then that branched out into voice and trumpet and theory and all kinds of fun things that I get to do there. And now I'm the dean of the faculty there, so I've got 12 teachers, and work with getting their schedules and seeing that they stay up to date on what they need to learn in order to share that with others. So, yeah, very good. God is good.
Absolutely, yes, I agree, Michelle.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we've got that coming up on June the 23rd. We're going to be taking the Warren County Youth Orchestra and some of our private students, including a bunch of my private students that are working on some. They're going to be juniors in high school next year, and they're vocally, they're amazing. They play guitar, and we've been working on harmony arrangements and all those kinds of things, and we're doing a couple of really great songs at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, on June the 23rd. So we're taking a whole bunch of students out there. We were invited to come out and do a concert with our conservatory, and we're really excited because I've lived my whole life never ever dreamed or imagined I'd be able to perform at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and now we get to do that. And it's the summer of the Beatles, and so I'm really excited because we get to tour the museum and do a little backstage kind of thing there, and very excited about that. So yeah, you're being careful, right?
Yeah.
Not chopping off any important appendages.
It's not sure.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'd still mess you up. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. How soon you forget I was singing on the very stage the greats have sung, like Loretta Lynn and many others. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. At our historic Struthers Library Theater, where we've performed. I've had the privilege of performing there a number of times. And Scott, do we have that on? Is it recorded that you were singing there? I just wonder. Or was that a criminal offense? I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. So. Well, thank you for your prayers for success with the conservatory. Very, very excited there. Just became the dean there about 8 months ago, and it's just a. I've been teaching there. This will be the beginning. I'm in my 3rd year, almost starting my 4th year there. So it's very exciting. Yep. It's gonna be fun. Yes, it is. Brenda, I think you're probably talking about the Hall of Fame. I've been there, and but I've only been there once, and so I look forward to us going and spending the weekend in Cleveland. And you don't hear that very often, but no, Cleveland is actually a great city, and the birthplace of rock and roll music, arguably, anyways. And that's why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there, and just great opportunity to go there. So, oh yeah. Maggie, what her father passed away last June and loved the Beatles so much. I start all of my beginning students, if they're young kids, whether they're 6, 7, 8 years old, 10 years old, doesn't matter what their age is. If they're starting, I always tackle two bands as far as cover songs are concerned, to help teach the students how to read music and how to work inside the music. I always start with the Beatles and Crosby, Stills, and Nash. So, and the reason for that is the Beatles did some things, and I don't want to go on into this or it'll become a music lesson, but the Beatles did some things for rock and roll that were firsts. They were the first ones to combine major and minor chords within the context of a song. That had not been done in rock and roll, and also tempo changes, that is to say from 4/4 to 3/4 beat, a 3/4, like a waltz kind of feel. They were the first in rock and roll history to actually write songs that were like that. But what a lot of people don't know is that none of them, John, Paul, George, Ringo, could read music. And so they basically did everything by rote. They did jam sessions, they wrote their songs in that way, and then somebody else penned them out for them. I'm sure that as time went by, they probably learned to do a lot more things because you almost have to, but I had the advantage of being classically trained early in my life, and so it made it easier, even when I was playing rock and roll for a lot of years and touring and so forth, made it a little easier for me to play with groups, which was good. So let's see here. No recording of Scott singing. Oh, you got to go to bed because you get up so early in the morning.
That's
So
right.
Scott, yeah, you're a great guy. Let me know when you want me on your show. I'll be glad to do that. It's so much fun to be on it, and God bless your night, brother.
Thank you, Scott.
Peace to you.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Yep. So, what you cutting up there?
This is Teddy B's. It's soft, like
Is
really
it?
soft.
Yeah. That's cool.
Is that one of the Teddy B's loaves, Melissa? Yes, Kayla, it is. It's a very, very soft wax. But I got this, it was the ready to ship, and there was only 3 left. One was petrichor, I was a little scared. And then this iced woods and sweet birch, and the other was like vanilla, peppermint, and lavender. So
Very impressed. I am very impressed with some of the vendor waxes. It was so cool. Watched a show with you, and who were the other girls on the
Charity
show?
and Natalie.
Charity and Natalie.
Martha.
Yeah, and I'm telling you that it was so much fun to watch that, but it's exciting to actually try some of these others. I love Scentsy to pieces. It's like I just the quality of the product, everything is just so amazing. But you have these vendors, which quite often we would run into this when we would go to some kind of a show or on the streets in Ogunquit or something like that, and they would supply into some of the small stores, and it's just so amazing. So Chris is
Yeah, you'll have to come say hi
close
if
to
you're
the
out
Rock
there.
Hall. So if you haven't been out there, we're going to be out in front of the hall on June 23rd. Our show begins. I think it's at 11 o'clock. Could be 11:30, but I'm thinking 11. And we're going to be there with our students and give them an opportunity to perform. So if you happen to be hanging out in the neighborhood, stop on out. For those of you that want to make that kind of venture, it's a great opportunity from wherever maybe not wherever you live. If you're in Vancouver, you probably don't want to make that that drive or fly into for something like this. But if you ever do get the chance, when I was there, the Cleveland Browns football stadium was brand new, and the new one was brand new, and they were just getting ready to open it, and they had free tours of the facility. So it's just across the parking lot. So I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and then at the stadium, and got to go through their Hall of Fame and go into the stadium, all brand new, never a game played in it yet, and so that was a pretty cool opportunity there. Yeah. Let's see here. One time you played My Guitar Gently Weeps. Yes, once for about 10 seconds. Yeah. I'm cognizant of copyright stuff, so I only play bits and pieces of some things on YouTube because the writers and publishers, and I am a writer and publisher myself, and so that's how we make some of our living. Me very little of it, but some of those folks do. So I try to be cognizant of that. But that's one of the songs that I teach every beginning to intermediate student they can't get out of that level until they've been able to master While My Guitar Gently Weeps, the rhythm parts of it. There's a lot to it, and it's been done in a lot of different versions. I stick with the original. George Harrison wrote the song, and I stick with that original. The same with Blackbird. My advanced students can't move on, or my intermediate students can't move on to advanced until they can master Blackbird, which is a whole different way of playing guitar, based on Paul McCartney and George Harrison's love for Mozart. So it was just kind of interesting. A lot of people don't know that about rockers, that they're actually musicians and they do that kind of thing. So I'll do that. I can finish that song sometimes. So I can do like the beginning and the end. I can do 8 bars of any copyrighted song, or give credit, which we can do. We can give credit, but to the publishers on that, on those songs. But my favorite Beatle everybody has their own. If you know anything about the Beatles, you have your. She loves Paul McCartney, who's an amazing vocalist and wrote some amazing songs with John Lennon. But
Patricia.
my favorite. Hi, Patricia. Love your stuff.
Atlanta.
Absolutely love watching your stuff as well. So all of you with YouTube channels, it's just I get a heavy dose of you every night because when I walk through the door, Melissa's usually watching one of you, and or more in an evening, and so it's really great. Really enjoy it. But my favorite Beatle is George Harrison, and has been because he was the primary guitarist, the lead guitarist in the band. But I love the stuff that he wrote before, during, and after the Beatles. And so I won't say before because he was 15, but those guys were all high school chums, as they would say, and played a lot of music together. And then Richard Sarkey, came later, and before they came to America in 1964. So anyway.
If you guys have questions, shout them out.
Now, just to make sure, I'm not Patricia's hubby. She said, "Hey, hubby," but but it's. I feel like I know her really well. So love your shows.
I had a dream
Absolutely.
once, and I must have been watching Sensi the night before, but I had a dream once. Dale and Patricia's husband were like, riding along in the car, and like Patricia and I were like, hanging out. It was so funny.
She, here, look at me for a second there.
They're waxed?
Yeah, a little wax right here. At least not hanging off your nose. Okay, so that's so yes, fantastic. Oh, straight up, let's see here. So who is Morrison Blue?
That's Lacey.
Lacey. Hello, peace to you. Favorite is Ringo. I love Ringo, and so we can make this a Beatles education night. That's cool. The reason that Ringo became the drummer for the Beatles, because they had another drummer that played with them for years and toured with them in Germany and so forth. But when Ringo became part of the band, it's because their producer, who really made them everything they were in the 60s, he told them they had to get a different drummer once they got into the studio. A lot of people don't realize that the Beatles were not particularly fond of public performances. They didn't do a lot of concerts. They did a few stadiums here in the United States. They did not tour around a lot. They got their start touring in small clubs like the Caverns and so forth, but they would prefer to be in the studio creating music and recording and whatever stood. Well, they needed a drummer that could keep the beat, because in studios we have to use something in our headphones called a click track, and it just keeps you on a steady beat going all the way through. Well, Ringo is the master of metronome drumming. He can drum. He is a living metronome, and today he's just as active as ever, and he's one of the greatest. His show is one of the best shows to attend. I've never been to one, but I've watched a lot on YouTube, and just tremendous stuff, really. So I love Ringo as well. So very good. Chris you grew up in Cleveland. You live in Akron. Well, we're out close to there when we go to Kent. It's just tremendous. I love getting down to Akron and touring Goodyear and all that stuff. They used to have a museum there. So let's see here. Cleveland, signing a petition on Boston High School for the Rock. Good for you. Love to come. Grew up in Cleveland, Akron. Remember. Yep, very good. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Cleveland, if you have a Cleveland address, going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is free. So if you live in Cleveland, you get to go for free anytime you want to. That's crazy. I think that's a wonderful thing. So let's see here, Michelle. You said just Dale. Okay, that's great. Yeah, or still Dale, either one. That's funny. I have to be reminded to make sure I say it's still Dale when I say things. That's great. Fantastic.
And then
Warrensville Heights. Okay. And outside of Cleveland, Patricia.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's pretty neat. Yeah.
Well, we're almost neighbors there, Patricia, for a while.
Yeah, we're about roughly about 2 3/4 hours from the Hall of Fame where we live here. But it's pretty easy. Just go up to Erie, get on I-90, and go right straight to the Hall of Fame. You know, it's pretty easy to do.
Lacey says she'll have to look up some of Ringo's more recent performances.
Absolutely, and it's called Ringo and the All-Star Band, Starrr, his last name, Starrr, and his Ringo's All-Star Band, and he quite often in his band has George Harrison's son Donnie is the guitarist quite often for him, and who looks just like George did when he was younger, and sounds like him and plays very much like him, and so that's pretty exciting stuff. But I just really appreciate the fact that Ringo's out there touring all the time. My favorite guitarist of all times, Peter Frampton and Ringo tour quite a bit. So he has a lot of real all-star great players that travel around with him. So it'd be great. If you've ever been to one of those shows, just shout out, because I'd love to go to one. That'd be fantastic. Need to do some advertising?
No, I was just showing Warm Vanilla Sugar from Hayden Row.
All right.
Smells just like the Bath and Body Works scent. One of my all-time favorites. It's amazing.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't realize, being we're having a Beatles talk, a lot of people don't realize the Beatles came here in February of 1964 in America. They had been already together for about 5 years or so before that, and they were only in America for 5 years before the band broke up, so 1969. So for such a short period of time, and to sell, more records than just about anybody out there, and especially in that time frame, is just so totally amazing to me. So, hello from Maine.
Hi.
Oh man,
It's our home.
That's our home away from home. We love down east for sure. A lot of people don't know what that means, down east Maine. They hear about it, but I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it starts around the Portland area and it goes all the way up in through the Bar Harbor area. It's that part of Maine, which on a map, if you look at it, is down east in the state of Maine. And so that's why they say that, as I understand it anyways. But
You're just talking about Maine today.
Today, yeah, we just,
We went out for a walk, and then we had coffee at the coffee shop, and
yeah,
you can tell.
felt like we were on the streets in Ogunquit or Bar Harbor or one of those places. But it wasn't just a vacation land for us. It is a great place to vacation if you've never been there. But I've also been all through the interior of Maine and all over the place there. But our daughter Cassie graduated from UMaine, which is in Orono. They had a great scholarship program for her. She won the Black Bear Scholarship, and so she was able to. That's their team name, their mascot, the Black Bears.
And that's where Stephen King went to college.
Right, and his wife also, and both of them. He has guest lectured, and she has worked there and taught there, I believe, and lived just a few miles down the road in Bangor.
They did.
Did, yeah.
At the time.
But he's also huge. We went to his house.
Not to visit him, just to stand outside and take
we
pictures.
could have tried that, but it was.
You'd have gotten away with it.
I just when people are of some repute, I just go up and shake their hand and meet them and start talking. So that's how it is. That's how it works. But anyway, he's a big Boston Red Sox fan, and so am I. So that's like that makes me a fan of his. So
Trinity, that's a college? Trinity College in Garfield Heights?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, the zoo.
Yeah.
I love
Trinity
the
College
Cleveland
out there.
Zoo.
Yeah. Absolutely. So good. Trying to see what you're seeing, and I'm not seeing some of them. Oh, there it is. Okay, from Chris. Yeah. Yeah, you went to Trinity. Oh yeah, good for you. Fantastic school. Very good.
Isn't there one in Grove City or
there's Grove City, Pennsylvania, which is Grove City College, but yeah, there are all kinds of college. We have more college and universities between Ohio and Pennsylvania. Most states do have a lot. Here in Warren, we have one. It's called the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College, plus the Warren Music Conservatory. So a lot of things going on. Let me see here. I recently realized that all my stories, or all of Stephen King's stories, I wish they were mine, take place in Castle Rock, Maine, which was an invention. I mean, that's a fictitious name, but he created Castle Rock, and I think that his publishing company is called that as well. So I mean, I don't know enough about it, but we do love Stephen King's stuff. I mean, it's fantastic.
Okay, like Patricia said. I'm not a humongous fan of the early, creepy, scary, like Pet Sematary Stephen King, but the older Stephen King, since his accident and stuff, I love fairy tale. It's like Harry Potter meets Sleepy Hollow. If you've ever seen that TV show, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I love the movie Hearts in Atlantis. The book, terrible.
Patricia.
Love The Green Mile.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Something must be wrong with him, Patricia, in order to have all that crazy stuff going on in his mind that he can write. Yeah, I don't know about that, but like because I agree there's got to be something unique about him at the very least. But I think the place where it gets the most revealed is in the 11. Yeah,
11/22/63 was amazing book. Everybody should read that book.
Yeah, because the events that happen in that, which is like an alternate reality kind of thing, time travel, actually sounds a lot like his life. You know, I mean, what he had to have been thinking and going through. I just think it doesn't. They don't advertise it that way, but it kind of gives you a good feel for Stephen King for sure. Yeah, absolutely. But you're absolutely right. Some of the stuff I'm going, wow, how could you possibly come up with this?
I'm not into Cujo, Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
The Shining was weird.
Yeah, but look at it. Look at what it did. It tickled somebody's fancy, that's for sure.
Oh, you never read 11/22/63?
Yeah.
It's about if JFK, if you went back in time and saved him from the assassination and how it would have been.
How would have affected
So this guy time traveled and went back and tried to save him. It's amazing, and it's brilliantly done on how you shouldn't change what actually happened. The Shining is one of your favorites. It's scary.
There you go. It is, but wasn't that Jack Nicholson?
Isn't it? Here's Johnny.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, just to have an author who's had so many movies made out of the books that he's written. That's I
love Green Mile. Love The Green Mile with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And David Morris is like one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
He's also in Hearts in Atlantis.
And I think that's one of the greatest movies that's ever been made out of a Stephen King novel. I
don't know. Hearts in Atlantis was pretty good.
Well, yeah. Absolutely. It's hard, I guess.
Book, just watch the movie.
We just watched the movie, yeah.
There
are some major differences, yeah.
Yeah, the book is so bad.
Right? That's what you've said. I haven't read that. I just saw
I'm
the
not
movie.
into I don't like aliens.
She doesn't like aliens.
I don't like aliens. They're scary.
What was that movie that we were watching? What's the one? Signs.
Scariest movie ever. It's horrible.
It's silly to me.
No, it's horrible.
But I love her and respect her. But when the alien appears in front of the window, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, when the alien just all of a sudden out of nowhere appears in front of the window, all of a sudden like that, she jumps every single time.
It's so scary.
She knows it's coming, but she still jumps
at it,
and yet the thing doesn't do anything. It just appears and then goes away. So until it's in the room. Yeah.
Amy says that was a mini-series on
really?
Hulu. I didn't watch that.
Oh, we need to figure that one out. Yeah.
Was it him also? I don't want to know. I don't
want to know.
I don't like the idea of scary clowns.
Yeah, that created like a international phenomenon with respect to how people see clowns, I think. That's for sure. Yeah.
I like some scary things.
You do?
Like Supernatural or Sleepy Hollow. I mean, I do love stuff like that.
It does help with cleaning out your arteries. It can prevent heart disease, or it can give you a heart attack. So either one,
But I don't like all scary things.
Right. Yeah. It's those sudden things. But if you ever, and this is so interesting to me, so if you've ever seen a movie and all you had was the vocal track on it, the voice tracks, but you didn't have any music in the background, you wouldn't jump at any of that stuff. You'd laugh instead. But because of the impact of music, here I go again on my soapbox, but the impact of music and how music is used in movies, it provides that scary thing that happens in those kind of movies, or it provides tears, You get this
music makes me cry every time.
Field of Dreams, when the guy turns around and looks at Kevin Costner and says, or Kevin Costner says to him, "Hey, Dad, I start bawling my eyes out." But the music, if you watch that, the music just sweeps into that whole thing and it carries your emotion. I don't mean to boil it down to that kind. I don't want you to go south on movies because because of that. But it
I
plays
love
such an
movie
important
scores,
role.
too.
Yeah, I think movie scores are fantastic.
A
Yeah.
bunch of my
John Williams.
my iPhone has a ton of music on it. It's half of my memory. Thousands of songs and thousands of pictures.
Who was your favorite music
I
score
was just
guy?
gonna say I can almost Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
I can
yeah,
almost always tell you what movie that song was in.
Oh yeah. A lot of them. She didn't really know anything else about the song, but it was in the movie, and so it's kind of interesting. So that, and then I end up knowing too many things about the songs. I
Maybe
guess I
you
don't
know.
like that. Howard Shore Fellowship. The Heart is Hiding. There it is, my favorite. Okay, so I don't know about him. You can tell me about Howard Shore Fellowship.
It sounds fun. I love music.
Me too. Just amazing. So.
Oh, speaking of scary things, Wednesday, like Wednesday from the Addams Family, Wednesday is such a good series. If you've never watched it, really good. I want to learn to play Paint It Black like her.
So that's interesting. Brenda says one of the It from Stephen King was shot at their famous West Montrose kissing bridge a few years back.
That's fascinating.
That's pretty cool. And now, where are you at, Brenda?
Ontario.
Yeah, but where in Ontario? Where in the province? You can tell me. I mean, if you don't want to say, that's fine. But I just think that's interesting. A lot of people don't realize how many extremely famous movies and television series are filmed, shot in Canada. It's just Vancouver, British Columbia is one of the major Hollywood, Canada. Yeah.
Did you know there's a London and a Paris,
Waterloo.
Ontario?
Yeah, I knew that.
Brussels?
They're in Ontario. They're just not too far from us. Yeah.
I did not know that these things existed.
Yeah. Okay, so Waterloo. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
10 minutes away from where you live. Good. Yeah, Waterloo, Ontario. Absolutely. I've spoken in and done music in Guelph, Ontario, which is just north of, I think that's the name of the city, just north of Detroit. Been there sometimes as well. So
This is my favorite scent from Hayden Row. You'd think it would be the shorts and sweater. It's bookstore. It's amazing. And it lasts for like 3 days in my Scentsy warmers.
So they've done a lot of different scenes there. Like this one, The Handmaid's Tale, in I think it's Cambridge, or Camabridge, I don't know where, but she's about 20 minutes away from her, so that's really great.
That's fun.
Yeah, Wednesday season 2. I can't wait. I don't know how they're going to top season 1. That, to me, is one of the best. I mean, really, kudos to Netflix. One of the best produced modern TV series. Just an excellent job. And what's her name? Olivia?
No, it's
the girl.
Jenna
Ortega.
Right, yeah, Ortega.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
She has completely covered the globe with her dance. And I don't know if you got the chance to see it, but a lot of people posted Facebook and stuff like that. The original dance with the original Wednesday, who passed away recently. But the dance she does with Lurch in the original black and white TV show, she's teaching him how to dance, and she's just this little wisp of a girl. It's just an amazing thing. And I've seen those things where they take the music from the contemporary Wednesday and they show the clip from the original, and it's just really a hoot. It's a great thing. It's so fantastic. Louisiana, Amy.
Yes.
Hello, Louisiana. Absolutely, just love that. I hope, really thinking about you guys in Louisiana because of, sorry, from the north we say Louisiana, and I don't know if you say it. Do you say Louisiana?
It's Louisville.
Well, that's Louisville. I know about Kentucky, but somebody can tell me how to pronounce that. But I've been there. I was there right after Rita and Katrina. I was down there, and we had some teams that went down to help out, and then I went down and I spoke at some gatherings and so forth in the Houston area at that time with Somebody Cares, an organization down there, and But I've been really thinking about you folks because we are now coming into hurricane season. They anticipate a fairly normal, like 16 named storms is what they're anticipating. I read that
16.
today, which I guess is just an average year. I don't know. Let's
There's a lot
hope
of
for the
sharks
best.
out there. Use your shark tracker, people.
Your shark tracker.
I love sharks. Like that's what I wanted.
And it's
to
a big state. I mean, so you're not always on the ocean. But,
That's what I wanted to do is with marine biology is work with sharks. I love sharks. But watch your shark trackers. Don't get bit.
Yeah.
It's that time of year.
I've never been to New Orleans. I'd absolutely love to go there sometime. Though.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. The French
Ed
Quarter.
is from New Orleans.
Yeah, I met a lot of people from the French Quarter that were relocated
fun.
over to Houston right after Katrina, and it was quite a. Oh my goodness! You went shark diving in Hawaii.
What?
That's what Melissa
I'm
wants
so
to do.
Jealous,
She's so much.
except I want to go with Chris Fallows. If you've ever watched
South
the Air
Africa.
Jaw series, he's in Cape Town, South Africa. Him and his wife Monique.
Well, let's make sure you
I
set your goals nice and high.
I totally want to shark dive. Cage
Yeah.
dive with sharks, like
Cage dive. Is that what you
100%.
did? Was cage diving there in Hawaii?
I would just
that would
regular
be-
dive. I'm not afraid.
We did it at Disney.
We did. I don't like amusement rides. They're too scary.
It was a cage dive, yes. That she did. Good for you.
And Patricia, I agree, she's beautifully grumpy. But
Who?
Patricia.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Wednesday is
Oh, Wednesday.
grumpy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But,
she is. Yeah.
I would totally snorkel with sharks. Like I want to I want a shark to photobomb me. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
I'm so jealous, Michelle. I'm so jealous.
She
I love
is.
sharks.
She's not exazerating. She talks about this a lot. Shark Week is a big deal around
Shark
here,
Week.
so that's isn't that funny? We have a lot of big deals around here. Beatles Summer at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I bet
Shark
it
Week.
was. Oh, anyway, so I don't like amusement rides. That's my thrill seeking is sharks.
I do. Cassie and I will go on all the roller coasters,
No.
and Mom will just watch.
I had an out-of-body experience riding dinosaur at Disney, and that's no joke, I really did. And soaring, almost had an out-of-body experience.
Well, yeah,
It's
you
horrible.
did.
And I
That took some
even
getting used to. Yeah.
asked the guy, like, I'm scared of heights, and he's like, well, get in this row. It's the one closest to the ground.
That
It
was
was
still a long
horrifying.
way from the ground. Of course, we didn't really see the ground. You just felt yourself going
No, it
up
was
there.
horrible. I
It's
didn't
the
like it.
IMAX kind of
horrible.
theater thing that's going on in there that can throw you. So let's see here. Brenda, thank you on the shark diving. I saw some sharks in our Toronto Ripley's Aquarium, but I would never dive with them. We've seen a bunch of them. We went to the Georgia Aquarium, Atlanta.
Whale sharks.
Absolutely
I love
amazing.
That was one of my biggest goals was to see the whale sharks at the Georgia Aquarium. So
And I've been to the Ripley's Aquarium in, let me see, where is that? In Tennessee.
did you see some? Toronto. I love Ripley's
Oh yeah, they're fantastic.
aquariums.
So Amy says they're 3 hours from New Orleans, always on the edge during hurricane season, no doubt. My brother lives in Tampa and area, and he has ridden out some storms there and called me in the middle of them totally undone. So really think of you guys with that, and especially both that and the tornadoes that get spun off from these things. I mean, just that whole season of things. I admire you folks that are you love where you live. You are in good, that good on you. Here we deal with, haven't in recent years, but we usually deal with feet of snow and things like that. And
Buffalo gets it more.
most of the people down there, in the South, they go, we'll deal with avoiding tornadoes. Cassie's in Wichita, Kansas, Tornado Alley.
And she just goes to bed. She's like, if
She
God will
just goes,
save me,
yeah, that's
save me.
right.
She doesn't even
it's
care.
my time. It's my time. Whatever. So Molly doesn't like roller coasters.
Yeah,
Patricia
no.
doesn't like roller coasters.
Bumper cars.
I get
carousel.
I
It
get like
doesn't go too
whiplash in
fast.
bumper cars. I guess I must sit wrong or something. I know they've got it right up to the back of your head, but so where are we located? We are in northwestern Pennsylvania. We are we're in Warren, and we're about Roughly an hour and 15 minutes from Erie, Pennsylvania, and Lake Erie. We are just south of Jamestown, New York, the birthplace and home, the home of where Lucille Ball grew up. And we are about a 2-hour south from Buffalo, so about 2.5 to 3 hours from Niagara Falls, Canada. But that's where we're located. We're in the Allegheny National Forest, so we're in this little beautiful part of the world. So many beautiful parts of the world, I think. So, but that's, you can, yes, there you go. You can wave to us from the other side of Lake Erie. Next time we're out to Erie, we'll go to the pier and we'll wave and we'll let you know that that's where we are. So.
What do you call? Oh, the tilt-a-whirl? No, I get very nauseous on that. I can't. Anything that goes like this and spins, no.
And I used to be able to deal with those, but I can't deal with them anymore. But I can do roller coasters. I can do roller coasters now, and I never could do those before. So it's kind of a strange thing that happens now. So Lori's going to a Steelers game. Where's it going to be? The Heart's hiding the rest of it there. Let me see. In September, okay.
Oh,
in September.
That's fun.
Yeah. You were at a Steelers game once, so when they got their Super Bowl rings, right?
Oh no, I went to a Bon Jovi concert.
You went to a concert there, yeah.
And they happened to be getting their rings.
Heinz Field's a beautiful stadium down there. It's fantastic. We'll see what kind of year the Steelers have. I am a Patriots fan. I love New England everything. Don't be offended by that, Steelers fans, okay?
I'm a Tom Brady
fan. But we also, she's a Tom Brady fan. But I
don't even care about football because he quit.
Because of where we live, it's easy to be a Pittsburgh, Cleveland, or Buffalo fan because that's what we have a lot. We're in Pennsylvania, so the Eagles got to the Super Bowl this last year, and their coach, the Philadelphia Eagles coach, is from Jamestown, New York, just 20 minutes away from us. So that's it's kind of a neat little thing there. We just like to watch. Oh, 49ers fan. And your husband is a Steelers fan. Well, that's good. Are they playing the 49ers in that game? I didn't look at schedules yet, but especially after September. But
that's exactly where the concert was.
Yeah, at Heinz Field. Yep. Oh, it is. It's a 49ers Steelers game. Oh boy. So, do you have to sit in different parts of the stadium because you don't want to hurt each other? Or no, just so. Yeah, I like. She loves Tom Brady. Tom Brady growing up was a 49ers fan. He was a Joe Montana fan, and he loved Joe Montana. Modeled his career after him over those years.
I'll see you tomorrow on your live.
All right, very good. Have a great evening. Peace to you.
Hey, everybody, catch Memories and Melt's Michelle. She's going to be live with Charity and Nat from Melt with Nat and Jack tomorrow. So make sure to show Michelle the love.
That's a great one to tune into. It really is.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
You're going to be on the Steelers side.
At least it's morning in Australia. Catch
Hi,
the replay. Well, Natasha. Wonderful.
Aww.
That's another place
G'day,
you
mate.
want to be. Yeah. That's another place you want to go is Australia.
Huge Steve Irwin fan.
Yeah, I haven't been there either. All the places I traveled in the world, I've never been to Australia, but I'd love to. Yeah, you're a huge Steve Irwin fan. Yeah,
huge.
Just huge.
I still cry. I love Steve Irwin.
Yep, absolutely. Australia, though, that's good on you, mate. Yeah, that's good. Pick up those wonderful.
Seven Bridges from that did the Eagles cover band.
Yeah.
That guy was from Queensland, Australia, and I was like, yay!
The guitarist, he's an amazing guitarist. He covered. He's the Joe Walsh in Seven Bridges, which is one of the authorized cover bands that tours doing all of the Eagles music, and we went to that last week or week before last, and that was absolutely tremendous. How are all the little kittens? Well, let's just say, this is Amy.
You have no idea.
We'll gladly FedEx you some kittens if you'd like. We Mama out back has had 3.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the other thing right now because there are probably at least a couple more coming along that we know of. New rules for our house: they can't come inside. It's nice weather months now, so no, but the other ones, they're all still here, except the first one that found a home.
Yeah.
And but the longer they're here, the more part of the family they think that they are, and then we start thinking they are too. And so, but they're amazing. They're doing well so far, so good, right? Myrene, let's see here. New York Giants and New York Patriots.
How many pets? We have Gingy and we have Rosie. We used to have pet rats, which make amazing pets.
They
seriously.
do, especially
They're
for
so
kids. If
sweet.
you have kids, yeah.
I recommend getting them spayed or neutered because they're just less smelly urine. You don't even notice it when they're spayed or neutered. Which gets expensive, and they only live to be maybe 3 years old. So
yeah, but there are a lot of lessons that can be learned. I want to go back to Myrene, who talked about the New York Giants.
Well, really quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Rosie is our parrot. She's a yellow-sided green-cheeked conure.
15 years old.
And the stray cats. Polly is the mom of the 3 kittens, which are Cream, Penny, and Mike. It used to be Mittens, and when we thought it was a girl, now it's
We call him
Mike.
Mikey because he'll eat anything.
Yeah.
So any of you that
Like
remember the
asparagus.
Life commercials, Life cereal commercials?
He'll eat anything. And then Jasper is a gray tiger. He's like a couple months older than
He's a
these
beautiful
guys.
cat.
Yeah.
He is beautiful.
Yeah, we have a lot of cats.
Gingy's the original. I didn't want any cats ever. No way, no how. Due to a prior experience with too many cats. And but when Gingy came, he totally turned my world upside down. He changed my life, and he made me just soft about everything. So let's get back to this New York Giants thing. Scott, you heard us talking about Scott on here, our friend. But Myrene, am I saying that right? Myrene? Okay. New York Giants. Well, Scott is like the biggest New York Giants fan I know, and he loves the Giants. So, and they look like they could have another great year this year for sure. Absolutely. So.
And Sabrina, aw, we share that.
Yeah, you share that. Steve Irwin fan, love whale
Amazing.
sharks. You know, if you haven't had a chance to go to the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta, that is like just an amazing aquarium. I mean, we love going to aquariums. We've been to quite a few of them.
My goal is to see everyone in the United States someday.
Hard to do, but yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
really seriously, don't go visit the one in Washington, D.C. It says it's the nation's best kept secret. It should be a secret. It's horrible.
It might be better now, though.
No.
You don't know.
bad.
You haven't
No.
been there in years.
No.
We haven't been there in years.
It's like the worst aquarium I've ever seen. Don't go.
Maybe it's better now.
No.
Come on,
no.
let's give them a break.
No,
We have
it's
friends
bad.
in D.C. and Virginia and all of that. We did find a neat little gem of an aquarium, not a big aquarium, just a nice little one, in just in Kentucky, just across the river from Cincinnati and Newport, Kentucky, and it's a neat little aquarium. It was a lot of fun. We did that on our way back from Nashville here a few years ago, so it was really great.
So Amy inherited a mama cat and 3 little ones from outside.
Yeah.
Georgia Aquarium is amazing, says Kayla. I loved watching the whales and everything else. Right?
And I understand you can go. We could go there and spend the night.
That's a goal of mine.
In that little tunnel thing that you can pay to
amazing.
spend the night there. I don't know how you do that, but
I told you I'm a child, like at pushing 49, and I would 100%.
you that old?
Yep, sleep in a sleeping bag with the sharks. I don't care. With all the kids. I hang out with the kids. I don't care.
You haven't always been that old.
I know, right? Imagine that.
Imagine that. Tish.
Hey,
Hey, caught
you
you.
did
Hi,
catch
Tish. Great.
Sorry, I lost my head and was only thinking Eastern Standard Time and was like, well, like in the West Coast, like people might still be at work.
Like 3 in the afternoon or whatever, yeah.
Sorry. Next time I'll do better.
She'll schedule a little better next time. 'Cause we don't mind staying up later to do things. That's fine. But I wanted to be here with you. I'm sorry I was running a little bit late. So Riverside, California. Yes.
Hey, Riverside.
Fantastic, Tish. Yep. Greetings to you, way over there.
Isn't the show Riverside based on
Is it?
Riverside?
Tell us
California?
that. Is it
I know it's
based
like
on
a
Riverside?
vampire thing, right? I've never seen it, but I need to. A lot of people love that show.
Maybe Tish can help us out with that.
Yeah.
I do know that if you've seen the movie, the new movie that was out, Jesus Revolution with Kelsey Grammer,
Oh yeah.
that one of the characters in there is in Riverside now. That's where his church is at, and so I am familiar with that part. I've only been to Ontario, California, and been in Ontario, Canada, but Ontario, Florida, or Ontario, California, and LA out there, going to a place that develops curriculum that I was able to take to different parts of the world. So, yeah.
And Dale's
And
been to Africa.
San Bernardino, yeah, many times to Africa and southern Mexico and Asia and Russia and all kinds of great
Singapore.
places. Did a lot of music all over those places over the years.
Look at me making this.
Okay, dumping it right on me there, sweetie. Okay, so
You'll smell good.
I will, for a change, huh? I'm kidding. I smell good most of the time because she gets, what are those things you get?
Scentbird.
Oh, a scent bird, so I'm always trying
Mississippi.
to smell new things, huh? Lori says she lives in Mississippi, but she's from the Bay Area. Cool. Very nice. Nice, beautiful part of California with San Francisco and...
Tish's brother is a pastor.
Oh, really? Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yes, Jesus Revolution. Yeah, Jesus Revolution. Yeah, that's fantastic. Your brother's a pastor too. That's great. Well, greetings to him from us here over in the eastern part of the country. But when I first came into ministry, I came in with the group that movie is based on. So I spent a lot of time. Kelsey Grammer's character was a guy named Chuck Smith, and he would come over and we would do conferences every year with him and Greg Laurie and some of the other people that were involved in that movie. Yeah, it was a really good movie and really told the story the way it really happened. I'm a product of the late 60s, early 70s, and so the whole, Jesus freaks and Jesus movement and so forth, all that stuff I'm very familiar with, but it was really focused in Southern California for sure, no doubt. But wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Mississippi, Lori. What part of Mississippi? Are you down in the coastal areas, whatnot? There's so much good stuff in Mississippi. Mississippi, Alabama, that whole bunch, all the Gulf Coast states. Yeah, so much great stuff down there. Music and just wonderful.
Have another paper towel.
Do you? Okay.
If you don't mind.
Brandon, about halfway from Jackson, Mississippi. Okay, very good. Very, very good. Well, welcome. I'm going to go get a paper towel.
These are all like waxy.
I'll be the equipment dude.
Equipment too. The cats, I think, are all upstairs. Well, oh no, Polly's there. But the other little ones are upstairs. Thank you. Yeah.
Boy, it's just so nice that all of you are on here. It's just such a great thing. You have 21 people joining you right now.
I know, right?
Yeah, at this moment, yeah.
Do you guys have any wax-related questions? Any Dale questions?
Do you like my
Any
haircut?
questions?
Melissa just cut my hair today, so I don't know. Maybe there is still some hair there, so it has to be managed now and then. Don't know how much longer it's going to be there, but we manage it a little bit at the moment. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Looking good. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. All credit goes to my wife. Thank you, Natasha. I wasn't fishing for compliments. Maybe I was. I don't know. It's, always nice. Tune in. We'll try to make you feel good also. So wonderful. Everybody's looking good. See, everybody's going to say, oh, you're just fishing for compliments. Yeah, sorry. Oh my goodness. My mother will say it's too short. Yeah, she likes me with longer hair. I tried to go, my hair used to be down in the middle of my back. I wore it back in a ponytail and all that stuff. But the older I got, it doesn't grow like that anymore. Like it'll get just over my ears and then it stops. I mean, I don't know what I have to do to improve that. And buy a wig, I guess.
I did buy from L3, or no. Teddy Bees. When I did my ready to ship, I did buy some polypropylene bags. They are special because they keep the scent from escaping, and that's why I try to put them back in the bags that they sent them in, so it keeps the scent from escaping, like the scent oils. So
Which helps them to cure better than over time because it keeps everything inside.
and there's like, these were like 5 for $1 from Teddy Bees. So
Go ahead.
what would you say is your favorite scent category for Scentsy?
Who?
You.
Me? I'm torn. I like. They're really not doing much in the area of bakery, and I do like bakery
Mylar's
a
also
lot. But I also like. I always like trees. You know, so I've always liked when you do the various evergreen kind of scents during the Christmas season. I love the Christmas season, that whole winter thing. So I do like that too. But probably my favorite out of all of them are the fruity ones, the fruit scents. Yeah.
I would have said citrus, but
Well, that is
fruity.
fruits, citrus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what fruits are. Yeah. Well,
No,
some
there's
fruits, I guess. Some fruits. Yeah.
clarified.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, yeah.
Oh, Rose
Ah.
Girls. Oh, there's one tonight. I wouldn't order.
Calm down.
I know.
It's okay,
I've been going crazy
in the
lately.
budget. Yeah, okay.
I recommend Rose Girls. They're really good. It's one of the ones that I did their peppermint mocha, and my son was like, it went from all the way down here, all the way upstairs, and my son was like, whatever that is, it smells amazing.
So Chris mentions the Cleveland Aquarium. Have you been to that one?
It's in with the zoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the best
Is
zoos
it?
I've been to.
Oh, the zoo is, yeah.
And the aquarium's fun. They have a leafy sea dragon. I love them. I love
So
leafy sea dragon.
some of the people that are traveling out for the weekend for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are also going to the aquarium out there. So yeah, some of them, you know, not everybody.
The zoo and aquarium. You know what? I think I'm mixing that up with Pittsburgh with the leafy sea dragon, so I'm not 100% sure. But I love leafy sea dragon.
Pittsburgh Zoo, that's a great zoo.
Yeah.
Man, I like that one.
Cleveland.
Super. Cleveland,
Hang
Columbus.
tight.
Columbus, Ohio is huge.
Is it separate from the zoo? Because then no. I know I've been to the Cleveland Zoo, and it's one of the best zoos I've ever been to.
How many children do you have, Mr. Dale? Yes. Okay, so we each have 2. So all but Eric are out of the house. I have a daughter, Tracy, that was born on Christmas Day, and a son, Jamie, that was born on Valentine's Day.
And your daughter that would have been born would have
Yeah,
been...
that's true. Yeah, I
4th
have
of
one in
July.
heaven too. She was due on the 4th of July.
that
Don't know
weird?
how that worked out, but her name, my daughter that she died at birth, her name is Melissa, not Melissa, but Mellisia, Melissa, or Issa, yeah. But we'll be heading up that hill probably this week, where she's buried up there, so, yeah. Memorial Day weekend here in the States, where we honor those that have died protecting our liberties and freedoms, and it's also time that we remember the people that are in our lives that have passed. So, yeah, I don't know about the Cleveland Zoo, botanical gardens, and all of that.
Pharmacist's daughter, I hear good things about them. Yes, I do believe Cleveland has botanical garden.
I just walked away from the pharmacist's daughter.
That's a wax company.
Oh, I'm so glad you clarified that, because I've known some girls that were pharmacist daughters, but I didn't know anything else. I don't know them well. I just know who they are. Yeah,
Oh.
I know who they are. So, now somebody can help us out about the botanical gardens in Cleveland.
pretty
Does
sure.
Cleveland, is it the Cleveland Zoo? Do they have
And
botanical gardens? I love botanical gardens. They're cool.
Yeah, Cleveland's amazing. I like it better than Columbus.
Do you really? You like that better than Columbus?
Jack Hanna's at Columbus.
Yeah, yeah. But because you were such a big Steve Irwin fan, you probably, and maybe just because he was your favorite, Jack Hanna didn't rank up there in the top, huh?
He's no Steve Irwin. No one will ever be as cool as Steve Irwin. Sorry.
We've never been to San Francisco, Lori. That's something we should correct in the
I'm
future.
scared to fly.
Should be okay. But I've flown in and out of San Francisco a few times when I was in Asia, but I never had the privilege of visiting the city, and I'd love to. Everybody that has been there that I've talked to say it's one of the places that's a must visit because it's such a great place to be, and it's just a quaint city, very neat. So,
Crushed Diamond. I want to get that one. That's on my list.
do you both have, this is Candy Cane, do you both have a favorite warmer of all time? I really love the Crushed Diamond warmer I have. I just wish it was 25 watts. I also really love the Glimmer and Glow
That's
element
the lantern
warmer. Is
by
that
the
the
stairs? It's gold.
Oh, the
and it has
lantern,
the
yeah,
fairy
they're
lights.
cool, yeah. What's your favorite?
My favorite ever from Scentsy, ever, and its current catalog, it's the Diamond Milk Glass element warmer. It's like 15-watt element warmer. It's just white. It goes with everything, and it is phenomenal. I love how the glass sits on the ceramic glass sits on the hot plate.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite warmer of all time. It's only $35 US.
So I like the white on white, whatever those are called. Those are just like amazing, all that. And I love the mousse. And but the other one that I really like is the one you got recently, and that's the Lighthouse. I think that's.
He does love the Lighthouse.
I love the Lighthouse. Well, you can see the love for Maine come out in me on those two, on the mousse and all of that. Although I've seen a lot more mousse in New Hampshire than I did in Maine, but I have seen them in Maine.
Pittsburgh, New Hampshire.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, right on the edge of, I believe, Ontario there, the province, yep. 3 miles from the border.
Oh, your dad's a pilot. That's so cool.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, is that right, Amy? That's cool. Yeah, a friend of ours was a pilot for United Airlines for many years. Flew the 777s and now the 737s, or more recently the 737s, so which is pretty cool. Have we ever been to Virginia? Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah. In fact, when we go to D.C., we stay in either Virginia or Maryland. We don't want to. Yeah. We just. And I was on a. I hate to talk about this, but I was on a think tank that met in Arlington, Virginia, for quite a while, which is great. Yeah, I was in the military. I was at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and not during a wartime, during peacetime. And I worked originally as a 71 Lima admin specialist, and then went into chaplaincy. And so I worked with chaplains there. Well, my first wife, who died from lupus when she was 33 years old, had a lot of health problems, and I ended up needing to, and I was discharged honorably, but under a hardship because of her health. It was a pretty difficult thing, but I loved being in the Army. I loved the Army, and people think I'm crazy, but I loved basic training the best. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So, and I was given an opportunity when I was in to try out for one of the Army bands programs with trumpet. Didn't pursue that because at the time I was, moving into full-time ministry and just wanted to be involved with chaplaincy and chaplaincy work. And just got an invitation. Don't know that I've researched it enough, but just got an invitation from the Regional Civil Air Patrol to become a chaplain. But I don't know that I have the time in my schedule to do all of that. So, love the military. Well, yeah, I know, because it just happened today. So she hasn't heard about it yet.
You guys heard
the
before
colonel.
me.
The colonel left me a voicemail. So. But I'm busy enough. I've got plenty to do. I don't need more things to do. I do quite a few funerals every year since not being a full-time pastor now, or being in pastoral ministry for the last several years, but spent about 30 years in pastoral ministry, so over that time.
I really want the Simply Diamond warmer. Like one of my favorite warmers of all time is that Desert Bloom. Amazing element warmer. I love, love, love it. And so I really want the Simply Diamond. Ariel, because of that wave pattern, I actually kind of want that one, but I haven't got it. But I love that one.
I'd like to hear what their favorites are. What
they're saying.
Are they starting to say? Good, because if you let us know.
You wish the Diamond Milk class, I put like a whole brick cube in it. Like I put 4 cubes in it at a time. I love it. I love it so much. It's perfect.
Oh goodness, yes, we are live. How do you say this name?
Geraldine.
Geraldine. Oh, I love the spelling of your name.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yes, we are live and alive. We're both live and alive so far. Yeah.
I was so nervous
fantastic.
at first, you guys.
Oh, she might be the cutest. I don't know about me being cute. Let's see. I didn't know you were in the military. Fort Jackson is roughly 45 minutes away from me, halfway between Charlotte, North Carolina, and Columbia, South Carolina, where Fort Jackson is, just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. So my first airplane ride ever was from Buffalo, New York, and the processing center to Charlotte, North Carolina, and then a bump flight from Charlotte that went like straight up in the air and right back down into Columbia, South Carolina. So that was my first flights ever. I was, very young and went into all of that. So,
Robin.
Hey, Robin, how are you? So nice to have you. Should I go get my Canada hat again? I don't know. That's great. So, yeah, I loved the area down there, and briefly attended a attended a Bible college and then finished it with distance that was in Jasper County, Georgia, so not too far from Columbia, South Carolina. So, but Jackson was great. I trained on Tank Hill down there, which was old World War II barracks and all this kind of stuff, and it was much later than that. They were really old barracks when I was there. They're not there anymore. I traveled back there so I could visit the post again years later, and they had turned all of that back into its natural habitat. So I had a picture taken of me standing beside the sign. This area has been turned back to natural habitat, and I thought, wow, do I feel old that they took my whole basic training hill and now it's back to natural habitat. When I was at Fort Jackson, it was the training center. It was for all the JAG officers, the attorneys, and now it is where the chaplain's training school is in the Army. Last time I was there anyways. Yeah.
Snow White, that is a really cute warmer. I asked for Snow White stuff, so I'm super excited they brought Snow White stuff out.
Let's see your pumpkin one from last Halloween.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. Yes. That tiger eye pumpkin. That's amazing. I love the pumpkins. Trust in Him and Amazing Grace. I need Amazing Grace still because of the doves that it casts on the wall, but I love Trust in Him. And they're excellent performers.
Let's see here. Sparkly Twinkle Light Warmer.
Oh, I have that one.
Tish, that Glimmer and Glow.
No. There's a like gray twinkle warmer that I have. I'll have to do a warmer tour. And then Glimmer and Glow looks like a lantern, and it's gold colored and it has fairy lights.
And Kimberly and Paul, right? I love the flower garden warmer. Now, is that the one with the plants? What is the flower garden warmer?
No, it's got like flower pattern on it. It's really pretty.
Really
it's
neat.
Gray.
So many warmers.
Pumpkin warmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flower garden's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meant to buy when warmers were on sale and forgot. Aw.
Fantastic. So let's see. I've got another question for you because you ask us questions and we try to answer them if we can. But I'm interested because of being a musician. So I'd like to know what I'm not going to say favorite song because there's so many. But who is your favorite musician or musicians if it was a band, if it was a group? And I'm just looking for like your absolute favorite. Okay, I've already told you my favorite guitarist of all time was Peter Frampton. So got that. All right, so.
Oh yeah, this Bring Back
Flaunt
My
Your
Bar
Feathers.
is great.
Bad Company. Oh, great biopic on Bad Company, Lori. Fantastic biopic that they do that I found on YouTube, and tremendous history and connection to the Beatles, for sure, and to Apple Records. Yep.
Robbie Williams.
Oh,
I feel like I know who that is. Gingerbread Man from Hayden Row. Natasha, name some songs.
yeah. Name some songs from. The name
I'm
is
trying
really
to
familiar
place,
to me, but I'm
yeah.
trying to figure out where from. Where's Robbie from? And for all of our Canadian friends that are on here, I have come across my favorite sitcom, my favorite comedy show right now. Melissa's never seen it, but I've seen it.
I have to look him up.
But if you guys probably are totally familiar with the show, but I get such a kick out of Corner Gas and all. It's absolutely one of the coolest shows I've watched. It's a great series. About a little Saskatchewan, I'm saying that right? A little community out there, so that's great. Rick DJ, okay. Angela Rock,
I have to look him up. He sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Better Man. Yeah.
Perk Me Up
What's that? You've
is
got some
yummy.
like they've got a diversity going on here with all of this kind of stuff.
Happy Birthday.
Yeah, I saw Corner Gas is also a cartoon as well that they do an animated series with the same people. The star of the show is the one that is the creator and writer and all that stuff, and he's excellent. It's a well done series. They need to show it all over the U.S. They need to infiltrate the South.
I cannot relate.
It's really good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, I'll show it to you.
No.
It's really good.
No.
No, it really is good, yeah.
Wednesday was good, but no.
Well, then I'll just have to ask, Brenda who her favorite character on Corner Gas is. Or some of our other Canadian friends as well. Yeah, for sure.
The Desert Bloom is amazing. I'm sorry you broke them. Aw.
Robin, do you watch Corner Gas up there? Absolutely love it.
I see what you're talking about.
Yes, I've seen Schitt's Creek. I've seen the whole thing like 16 times. I've watched that show. That is also absolutely hilarious.
I don't know.
You got to see this, honey. You've got to watch this show. It's really good. But she has a thing about she's not really into like
I watch you
corny
guys.
kind of comedy.
I'm too serious.
And I do really like that, but she's a hoot herself, so it's like she can entertain herself. That's fine, but no, it's really great.
Like The Office, I never got into that.
No, I wasn't a real big fan of The Office. Some people absolutely love it, or Community. I've never was really not a lot into that. Or what's the other one? The one with Parks or whatever. But well, there's like this kind of storyline in Schitt's Creek that is just a kind of a neat storyline in the whole thing
familiar.
that you can follow it through, and it combined both old stars and upcomers in that series, which was kind of neat,
Oh, see, I don't know what you're talking about either. Robin likes Letterkenny.
I'll have to look that one up. So,
Psych and Monk.
comedic interpretation. Oh, Monk. I'm a huge Monk fan. And I love Psych. Oh, that was one of my favorites. I love Psych. That was good.
I like Sleepy Hollow and Wednesday.
yeah, those are
I'm a
good.
little dark and macabre, I guess.
But you also name some of the other
Supernatural.
series that we've been watching. So, and you got little sparklies right underneath your nose. Yeah, I try to help her. Oh, it's still there. It could be, and you got something right here over your eye. And stand by. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Okay, I got that one. This.
There's glitter in the waxes.
Oh my gosh, this is wax. Yeah, you got wax clear up in your eye. How did you do that? You're so funny.
Stranger Things, it's okay.
I thought that was good.
It's
Yeah, we
weird.
watched it together. Yeah.
It's based, it's weird. It's based on true story, but it's weird. True story stuff.
So to speak. Yeah.
Well, it really happened, the Montauk Project and all that.
Well, yeah, some of it. Yeah. It's based on some.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that right. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. How did we meet?
Okay.
We met in
story.
school.
How old were you when you got?
Let me help you one more time. You seem to not be able to stay out of things here. Sorry.
My mom was best friends with your first wife. There's an age difference, in case you didn't know.
She's way older than me.
Yeah. And yeah, so I met him at his ordination when he was.
When I was ordained, I was ordained in a barn.
Went to school with his kids. Weird, huh? It's
Yeah.
funny.
It's kind of. It sounds strange, but
When
we
you're
really
little,
don't. We
but when
really
you get
don't
old,
like.
it
When you
just
get
doesn't
older,
make
you
a
don't
difference.
feel like the age difference. In my opinion, I think in your opinion too. We have. I mean, sometimes
I'll find it later.
there were times during COVID that I probably was a whole lot older than my age, but now I feel younger than my age, and people don't think I'm that much older than you.
19 years.
Until you tell them, and then
It's
just
fine,
like
it's
that,
not that
right
big
now,
a
you
deal.
told the whole world. No, we're not. We're
It's not that big a deal.
We just have fun.
Age is a number.
The Walking Dead. That's not me. We're not talking about me anymore here. The Walking
I
Dead,
watched a
another
couple with
store.
my son.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, I'm missing things.
Didn't see the Outer Banks. No.
Letterkenny. The people from there were from Listow? Oh, Sudbury, Ontario. Look
shoot
at all
the
the
show
stuff in
there, yeah.
Ontario.
Well, like I said, there's so much. And okay, Canadians, you guys have one of the best bands. You've had several
Brian
major.
Adams
Oh,
is the
yeah,
best
amazing.
male singer of all
Okay, so
time.
now I'm the rocker. Okay, so Rush. What can you say? I mean, some of the Rush is just. I saw them in concert when I was younger and as a musician. Some of the best stuff, oh my gosh, comes out of Canada. Really, seriously, some of the most talented musicians ever. The Guess Who, all kinds of. We could probably. There are just so many. They're just fantastic. So, Supernatural, they cracked me up. That's great. Yeah,
Supernatural. And
they
they're
are
sarcastic,
funny.
like me and my daughter.
They are. They're really funny. But we are like, our household was. We were fanatical, but especially Melissa and Cassie. Fanatical about Supernatural. Cassie, her first car had more Supernatural stickers all over the back of it and everything else. And now she lives in Kansas.
And she drives by Lawrence, Kansas.
Yeah, which is
you know the
where they
show.
initially were from. So you have to see it. If not, it can be a little frightening to people sometimes if they're not used to it, but the storylines are just tremendous. And they're based a lot on the Book of Enoch, which was what theologians call an extra biblical book, but it was the Enoch 1, and a lot of that stuff. Who was the guy that was the writer?
Enoch.
The supernatural guy for supernatural. So
Eric Kripke.
Eric Kripke and Mick G were
He's the producer.
he was the producer, and but yeah, Kripke's written a lot of great scripts, a lot of great stuff. But you got that Supernatural magazine, and it had all of these references to Enoch, and it was just totally fascinating. So
Okay, wait. What is the pineapple in Psych? Tish never found the pineapple in Psych. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Was there something we were supposed to be looking for? Maybe there's something we were supposed to be looking for.
The Outer Banks, no, and I've always wanted to go. It sounds amazing.
We've had opportunities, we just haven't done it to be part of it. Yeah, Burton Cummings. There you go. So
Wednesday, I love Wednesday. I'm obsessed with that show.
So
It does
Brenda,
have some weird CG.
sorry, we're kind of talking over each other. Sorry about that. Burton Cummings, you know, the Guess Who, one of the greatest musicians ever. I just saw him in an interview here not too long ago, or an interview that was done with him some time ago, but it was fantastic stuff. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Dog named after Sam. Now, which one was which? Was he your favorite or was Dean your favorite?
Okay, like if I were to, I'm torn. Dean is the cutest darn thing I've ever seen.
Great musician, by the
Yeah.
way. Great
In
musician.
real life.
Yeah, in real life, yeah.
But like pre-long hair Sam, like the first couple seasons Sam, he's adorable. He's a personality. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
so
he's
what's
so cute.
Dean's name? What's his name?
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles.
Too much of a
He
fan.
tours with different musicians and so forth, but he has his own band. But they were doing a bunch of concerts in the northeastern U.S. and southeastern Canada, and they were touring through a town near us, probably about 30 miles from us, and stopped their entourage and just did an impromptu concert right there. Right, I'm telling you what he did.
How do you
Franklin. It was in the news, yeah.
How did I not know about this?
Oh, it wasn't like something you could go to. They just stopped their vehicles and got out and did a concert.
I'm so jelly.
Oh my gosh.
Don't tell
Are you
Kathy.
kidding? I won't. Maybe she'll watch this and she'll say, "Why didn't you tell me?" Well,
She never watches my channel.
no, sometimes.
No.
Okay, is Rose Girl selling tonight? Lori wants to know.
Dean, isn't he adorable? Oh, he's
Lori
the
wants-
most beautiful man.
Get off Dean for a little while now. Lori wants to know if Rose Girls is selling tonight.
That's what I hear. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'm thinking they are. Go, because I should not, but they're amazing.
You have an alarm that has Castiel saying, "I'm almost out of minutes." If you don't know who Castiel is, then you need to watch
We
Supernatural.
love
So
Castiel.
he was my favorite on the show, and believe it or not, one of my all-time favorites on the show is
The King of Hell.
yeah.
Why am I drawing a blank?
Why did we just go blank on his character name?
Crowley.
Crowley.
Yeah.
Crowley. Yeah, I don't know why we just went blank. I just thought his part was. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Natasha, for confirming that. I just thought that was great. So yeah, we're a little weird, you know. I was a pastor all those years and still do a lot of pastoral work out there and whatnot. But absolutely love things like Supernatural. But like I said, there's this underpinning biblical, theological thing that's going on throughout all of Supernatural that people may not know about. So. Oh, Rose Girls is live now.
I should get off of here.
Yeah.
You guys want to go do that, huh? Let me finish this.
I wanted to hear more band names here, but that's okay. We can do another live and do that
Once you get him talk about music.
sometime. Yeah, they already heard enough. I talk too much.
I'm
so.
almost out of minutes. That's
I'm sorry.
so funny.
Yeah. So I absolutely love
Yeah,
the
the
character
first
I
5
do. It's tremendous. Well, I know what the other show that we watched all the way through is Lucifer.
That was a really good show.
Again, one
Sounds
more
weird
time,
from
a
a
preacher,
pastor,
you know,
right?
just. But it was
Treat
a
it as a fairy
fascinating
tale.
series. Now, yeah, it's an adult series. You need to be grown up enough to watch it and not have it shake your theology or whatever, if you have any. But
And you don't
quite
have to have any
frankly,
to do
you
it.
just have to look at it like it's a fantastical show, and it
was
is
cute.
very well
I
done.
didn't like the end.
Didn't like the end. We thought it got real goofy near the end of the series. I don't know what you guys thought.
The
If you saw
musical.
it like the musical ones on, so
Stuff.
it kind of, I think, detracted from the whole series. But you know, and we're not alone in feeling it. A lot of people commented about that.
And
but-
Tish, we only make it to season 10 and then watch it over again. I don't know
we
exactly
haven't
the
touched
end of
it.
Supernatural.
We don't want to know. Don't tell us.
We
but-
don't- yeah, it's.
She wants to know if we've seen the prequel to Supernatural called The Winchesters. And we
No.
haven't. We haven't seen that.
I don't even
No.
know where it's at. So
Yeah.
clue me in.
Pass that along.
Sleepy Hollow is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy. It's really good. Love Sleepy Hollow, the TV show. I own it.
Yeah,
on
that's
DVD.
great. Love Sleepy Hollow is one of my favorites too. That was very well done. I mean, the movie was good. The Johnny Depp movie was good, but the series was fantastic. Oh my goodness! And because they tied so much revolutionary history into it and
It's
all of this
so
stuff,
good.
it's
If
just
you
like,
don't know Sleepy Hollow, it's
Yeah.
so good. It's
Yeah.
like U.S. American history and like supernatural-ish stuff, and it's so good. It's so good.
what was we also Poldark? was another
Poldark is
one.
amazing.
And what's the other one that we started to watch again?
Bridgerton?
Bridgerton, yeah, is another one.
It's
Yeah.
got a lot of gratuitous.
Yeah, gratuitous. Well, that's all we have to say about that.
Just in case there's kids watching.
Things that I've
Gratuitous.
don't.
I wouldn't watch that with children.
But well done.
Or
So all
Supernatural.
right, hey, see you, Brenda. God
Bye,
bless
Brenda.
you. Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah, we're gonna go here.
We're gonna go so
short-
that you can jump on
as
that
soon as I'm done.
other show if you want to.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
buy it.
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
to
my-
let them go.
Yeah, we'll let you guys go.
so they can
Hold
go
on.
on and buy stuff.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. Sorry, I'll pick a better time next time. And we had so much fun. Oh, Bridgerton, isn't it amazing, Robin?
It's a great,
I love that.
great series, really.
I know. If you walk in at the wrong time,
Yeah.
it's like, what?
What are you watching? Yes. Yeah. But the
100%.
storyline, again, the
It's
storyline is just amazing. Some of these more recent productions over the last 5 years or so are just really well done. They've done some great things. I love things that tie in history. I love things that try to accurately, or at least, you know, look at some,
Oh, the
absolutely.
band. I was thinking TV show.
And I love music history as well. And Queen is one of those historic bands, a band of geniuses. You know, not only
Freddie Mercury.
you know, well, not only a physicist, but you've got Freddie Mercury was a graduate of art college. He was an amazing artist. But these guys were like brilliant and you know, brilliant musicians, but brilliant people as well. Leonard Skinner, one of the songs that a lot of my students, Lori, like to. Sweet Home Alabama is a good 3-chord song that you can teach pretty easily, but so is Freebird. It's a 3-chord song. It's easy to teach new students that.
That's his favorite chick flick. Sweet
What's
Home
that?
Alabama.
Oh yeah, I do like Sweet Home Alabama.
That
Great
Legally
movie.
Blonde.
Great, and I love the version of the song on the movie. It's a great slowed down version. It's great.
He loves chick flicks.
Yeah. Do you have
Queen
to
of
tell
Bridgerton.
everybody?
Oh, stop!
No,
Girls find that sexy,
Do
personally.
they?
That you're not all into action.
Oh no, I'm not really into action movies that
Likes chick
much.
flicks
Although I
and
did
comedy.
like the most action series I've ever watched were like Star Wars and things, and that doesn't really count, does it? But you know, Steven Seagal beating people up and stuff, that just doesn't really. I mean, I'm glad if you love it, that's good for you. That's just not where I'm at, you know. So, yeah, Bon Jovi, her favorite, she absolutely loved it. Her Bon Jovi and the Goo Goo Dolls are like
The Goo Goo Dolls are my favorite.
and Aerosmith, but now it's kind of funny because Aerosmith still tours, they still do their thing, and the guy's got to be pretty old now. Steven Tyler.
Yeah, he's really.
He's got to be pretty
Aerosmith.
old, but the influence the influence on Aerosmith was Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones. So,
I love the Stones.
So you can see that in the way that Steven Tyler does his thing, but that is a really kind of a neat little piece there. So thanks, Tish. Oh yeah, it's wonderful. Goo Goo Dolls. Kimberly,
I need to see them in concert.
thanks. We appreciate it. You're awesome as
Thank
well.
you.
Maggie loves the Goo Goo Dolls too. So you got like a whole like Goo Goo Dolls thing.
Iris, best song ever written.
They are from Buffalo, just a little bit north of us, and they have a studio up there that the guy that owns the LLC that has the music conservatory that I'm at. He's done some recording in the studio up there, and we're hoping to go up there before too long to do some tracks and stuff, some new tracks at their studio. But it is one of the best studios in the Northeast that they have in Buffalo.
Johnny Resnick has the voice of an angel. That's all I have to say.
But he doesn't look like an angel.
No, but you know, that's okay.
His voice more than makes up for it. He's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
That's my favorite
Iris, that's her
song
favorite
ever.
song, Robin. Oh, see, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
We share so much in common, Robin.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. They do great songs that they've done over the years, but
Papa Roach is good.
yeah,
My daughter likes them.
Mm-hmm.
Him.
Yeah, Papa Roach, yeah. Yeah, so a lot of the newest artists that are out there, both of us have different opinions about different bands that are out there and individual artists that are there. And then some, well, not really, because I like some of the adult contemporary stuff and whatnot.
Well, I like Sky Full of Stars. Coldplay. Love Coldplay.
I love Coldplay. They're one of my favorites, yeah.
That's
We're
one of his
yuppies.
all-time
We
favorites.
like Coldplay. That's the yuppie band. We like a lot of the new artists. I don't know. What do you mean? We do like Disturbed.
Oh, I
believe it or
love
not.
Disturbed.
You know,
Their
I mean,
rendition of Sound of Silence is way better than the original, and not very often will I ever say that.
I mean, I was a rocker, and when I went into when I became a Christian and I started to do Christian music and stuff, I did Striper. I did a lot of, what was considered at the time heavy metal for Christians, that kind of thing.
I like country.
But yeah, I love country
I
music
love
too.
everything.
And
I love opera.
one of
I
my
love
one of my
classical.
more advanced female students is singing Dolly Parton stuff, and she
not so
sounds
much.
like Dolly Parton. Not
I'm
even
more-
trying. Not even trying.
I'm
So,
more modern.
well, you like contemporary country. That's
Yeah,
great. So
like
do I.
pop,
Pop country.
contemporary.
But I have an appreciation. I guess the thing about music for me is that I have an appreciation for every genre and what it brought to this. And so even the Hank Williams and the old country western, Tex Ritter, a lot of those earlier ones. I mean, and who can say anything bad about Johnny Cash? I mean, come on.
I do love Johnny Cash.
Genius.
I've been everywhere, man. Good song.
Just just so many. And he covered some contemporary songs that were just like just
Thank you,
amazing.
Randy.
Just great stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Super good. Country music, favorite genre? Good,
The
Michelle.
Offspring.
Super good. The Offspring.
Yes.
I've heard some stuff, but see what happens. These students
love the
bring in
90s.
songs. I always have them cover. I have the students come in. They have to give me 2 cover songs each semester, so to speak, that they're going to work on, because they also like to come in with original things that they think they're writing, and then I try to help them with that. So, you're going to see the Doobies. Listen, Lori, I saw the Doobie Brothers. Listen, I saw the Doobie Brothers in concert back when they were like at their peak. So we're talking the mid 70s. It's about 76, right around there. I saw them with Black Oak, Arkansas. I saw Haight before anybody even knew who Haight was when they opened for Rush, and I saw Rush after that. So Neil Peart and company, just amazing stuff. So yeah, just absolutely. Oh yeah, Johnny Cash's voice was so good. I'm glad. Good on you for singing the Doobie Brothers. Absolutely tremendous musicians. Hopefully they've got their horn line with them, and you get to hear everything they do, which is just.
I like Alone.
Yeah, I mean, just so much good stuff. And they sing about the Mississippi moon. Won't it keep on?
No, I
keep
don't
on
like
shining?
Barracuda. Everybody likes that song, but
From
me.
Haight. Oh, from Haight.
The Bee Gees, yes.
They were great. Oh man.
What's their isn't it a disco song that they sing?
Saturday Night Fever?
Yeah, I love
They
it.
did. Yeah, they were the background music. They were background music for a generation
I like
of
disco.
But the Bee Gees, Australian band, they were really some of the closest harmonies. Of course, it stands to reason, being brothers and so forth. But the Gibbs brothers. But they also had their younger brother, right, Andy, who was also a tremendous singer, and he occasionally sang with them. So I love it. Fleetwood Mac. All right, ABBA. Absolutely.
Mamma Mia is a good movie.
So let me tell you a story about ABBA, because there was a Christian band called Silverwind, and I got to know the husband of one of the guys. He was there. He was also their writer and producer. That was from that band, and they were extremely popular Christian band in the late 70s, but you couldn't tell the difference vocally between them and ABBA. ABBA's always been one of my all-time favorite bands. But did you know that none of the people in the band ABBA could speak English, but everything that they sang was in English? It was absolutely phenomenal. I'm sure they learned to speak English after a while, but Jessica likes For King and Country.
I love For King and Country, one of my all-time favorites.
They are fantastic.
Christian crossover,
fantastic. Yeah, Bob Seger. Yeah,
Against
Silver
the
Bullet
Wind.
Band. Tremendous. Oh man, you're coming up with some great stuff here.
I'm gonna chop another one.
Great stuff.
We're still here.
Yeah. You're gonna keep chopping?
Well, just
Might as well. We're having fun. This is good.
Michael Bolton.
You know, another,
Michael.
and he's Canadian, isn't he? Isn't he from Canada? I'll have to look that up. But I think. But anyways, Michael Bolton, yeah, certainly.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Love her. She's
Tremendous.
from
Yeah.
Manitoba, Canada.
Wow.
The polar bear capital of the world.
Yeah. So let's see. Who did you see, Jessica? You saw For King and Country at Winter Jam.
I'm jelly.
They are such a great band, and I don't even consider them a crossover. They are Christians, and they They are in the pop market.
I love pop.
They just simply. I like this
Pop
one
for
time. I was hanging out with one of the largest selling Christian artists in history, and I was at his house or at his farm, and we were all talking about music and stuff. And my question for him was, because he was like and still is one of the most popular Christian artists out there. I said to him, I said, tell me, do you consider yourself to be in the Christian music genre? Are you a Christian musician? He says, I'm a musician who is a Christian. And I thought that was great, because he also had a lot of crossover songs back in the 90s that were top, in the top 10 pop charts, at that time. And so that was really great. But that's a great thing. Yeah. So I want to be clear here. Let me see. Yeah.
Need to Breathe. I love them too. They're
Need
like
to
another
Breathe,
crossover
another one.
Christian.
Yeah.
That gets played on the radio is what I mean by crossover.
So definitely, Myrene. I just tremendous stuff. So tremendous stuff. All of you. I mean, Jessica for King and Country. There's what the video for King and Country, because I have a lot of students that love to do their music as well. They're complicated. They are really, for advanced players. They're extremely good musically, and they are a Christian band. Yeah, from Australia.
My daughter saw them at Creation.
Right. Yeah. Pink Floyd. Okay, so now you got me going here. Who is that?
I love Lux.
I love Lux. Okay. So Pink Floyd. So Pioneers, no question. Another one of my favorite all-time that influenced me musically so much. When I was playing a lot, they were tough. At the time, seemed to be a tough band to cover, but it wasn't because the music was so complicated. It was because they did so many things with effects that were the first time. That they did so many things for the first time. So, hi, Charity Rose.
Hi, Charity.
Pink Floyd I saw in Dark Side of the Moon tour. That should give you an idea of how old I am. I was 8 years old when the Beatles came to America in 1964. You do the math. Okay. But
18 years. I wasn't even born.
You weren't born, no. You weren't born when you were just a couple years old when I saw Pink Floyd in concert at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. And I saw them, and it was in the height of the band that I was touring with, doing a lot. And I did not play with Pink Floyd. I'd love to have opened for them. But the band that I was touring with at the time all were in attendance there for that concert. But one of the best live shows I have ever seen in my life. Just tremendous. So it was absolutely, and so hello, Charity Rose. Hello, how are you? I love Christian music too,
Charity,
Myrene.
really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Circus concessions. Is it supposed to smell like pancakes with maple syrup, or is mine just not matured enough yet?
Because it really did smell like that to me as
so
well.
The cover was like, I was expecting more cotton candy.
So most, just to comment to Myrene, on the Christian music scene. So that's kind of where I did a lot of touring and rock and roll, and then I became a Christian, and then and I did a lot of contemporary stuff that was popular during the Jesus Revolution, Chuck Girard love song, all of that stuff, and then as time went by, then I became more and more involved. And then I got involved with some guys that were some of the founders of one of the great worship movement labels, and that's what connected me then to Nashville and to some of the other artists that were there. And so I spent a great deal of time down there with them. And almost all of the songs that I have published, that I've written, are contemporary Christian or worship songs, and so that's really what I've done, and continue to write some of those today. And then I wrote a song for you.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I think mine just needs to mature because mine smells like pancakes with maple syrup. But I can see how maybe that translates into funnel cake.
Yeah, she's
I'm just waiting for the
Cherry's
caramel
like
apple to come out.
she's direct with answers. She just is it supposed to smell like this? She doesn't say. Well,
No.
maybe she's just no. That's you're great. You're great. Love watching your stuff as well. Just fantastic. So
I bought it because you love it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So what you cutting up now?
L3 Waxy Wonders Nocturne Alley.
Just in case you didn't realize what a cut up Melissa is tonight, you get to see that.
What?
What a cut up you are. See?
Uh-huh.
She doesn't necessarily go in for my jokes sometimes, but
Not
or
at
get them for that matter sometimes.
No. I'm too serious.
Why so
Oh, you only
serious?
listen to Christian? I listen to it all.
That's fine, yeah.
Colton
That's cool.
Dixon
Yeah.
is one of my all-time
Oh,
favorites.
Colton Dixon. He came here.
to Breathe.
He came to Warren, and he was tremendous.
For King and Country.
Yeah, we just absolutely love it. I don't. I used to listen to just strictly that, but as a musician, I really have an appreciation for all genres, styles, and types. What I learned from being in the Christian music industry, for that part, I found out there were a lot of people that were doing Christian music that weren't necessarily carrying the message in their own lives. It was just a genre of music for them. I don't want to speak any more about that, but I also met a lot of wonderful people with great integrity that did a lot of fantastic music out there. So, but that's life, that's life. But I see music as music. I don't see it as anything but that, and it took a lot of years to come to that conclusion for me personally.
Says the rocker.
Yeah, because I do like all of it. I do, but I have a preference. My preference is for praise and worship music because that's what I write and that's what I've done the most of out there.
Like Bethel?
And, yeah, and that I've recorded that. Everything I've recorded has been praise and worship, Christian music. So that's what I've done. But I play everything because I have to. I mean, it's what I do. So.
What about listening to your stuff online?
Yeah, so I found some of it on just by Googling my name. I found some stuff. There are some samplers out there. You can still buy my I Am Free CD and the live worship CD, Elam Praise, on Amazon and some other places. And of course, my book is available through all of those different sites, Books A Million, Amazon, everything else. But
I'm not in the beginning of that one.
she's not in the beginning. No, that's from but the message is I'm still with that. Oh, somebody said Chicago.
It says, I'm a Peter Cetera Chicago.
Yeah, and Peter Cetera was the bass player and one of the lead vocalists for Chicago back in the day. He joined the band shortly after they started, but was with them in their biggest hit years. There's no question, great guy. But in all honesty, they are my cup of tea. They are musicians. They were the whole the horn line, the whole neat way of that. That was kind of a first for rock music, and I just thought they were fantastic. So. But I love that kind of band. I like Blood, Sweat, and Tears and some of those bands as well. So,
Apocalyptica. I don't know what
Apocalyptica
that
is amazing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look those guys up for sure. Let's see here. What is my favorite instrument to play?
Cello.
Cello for her.
That's like all I can play.
That's it. Yeah. For me, my favorite instrument to play is voice. So. Most people don't think of your voice as being an instrument because I've always been the front guy for the bands. I've always been the worship leader. I've always done this stuff. So I had great vocal coaches in Nashville. Had great people to work with, and I learned a lot about voice, and I teach voice. So, but that's my first one. But and a lot of people don't think of it as an instrument. It very much is. So yeah, we'll speak to that in just a second. But. Definitely guitar is my favorite instrument to play and what I've gotten most accomplished on. But I also play trumpet. I've done that for years and I teach trumpet. I play trumpet as an adult mentor for the Warren County Youth Orchestra. I like to play anything there, and I love keyboard. So I like that. So I can play keyboard, drums, trumpet, guitar, bass guitar, mandolin, you know, a bunch of different things there. But it's really cool. Really enjoy that. Okay, so let me see here.
Scentsie's Aloha Orchid. I personally, but I don't know hibiscus water. I personally think it smells like Plumeria Peach. It's okay. I just feel like they redid Plumeria Peach, just a little different in the floral. It's okay.
So don't forget to look up Apocalyptica.
Cello Fury is really good.
Cello
too, if you love
Fury,
cello, rock cello.
Yeah, if you like
Two piano guys.
Yeah, the
two piano
guys, yeah.
And they play cello too.
Yeah, so we got to see Cello Fury. They're from Pittsburgh. Got to see them in concert a couple years ago. They do the electric cellos with all of the effects, and there are 3 of them, and they have a drummer, and that's it. And they rock the house. They are just absolutely tremendous. So that's really highly recommend. And they've got some great albums out there. You got one of their CDs here, and it's just something you can listen to all the time. That's fantastic. So another one is Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I know.
So if you like heavy cello, heavy electric guitar, heavy cellos, heavy I almost said violins, electric violins, all that kind of stuff. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, top flight, top-notch musicians. Some of the best guitar work there is out there in the world. They are rocky, okay, but they do some great stuff. The whole Mars thing is just some of the best stuff.
I guess it's the other orchestra instruments that they lose me a little bit. I'm more the string.
But they don't really do. They don't do much else. They have them. They perform with them, but for the most part, they're rock and strings. So saw Alabama in concert, Lori. Great band, and they have a great but they would call it a fiddle player. So. But they're violins. So in country music and in country rock and all that kind of stuff, there are a lot of great fiddle players, a lot of great tradition for violin in that genre of music.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Saxophone. Let's see here. Where'd I go? Oh man, everybody's just kind of responding so quickly. But
Blue Oyster Cult.
Love Blue
Isn't
Oyster
that the word
Cult. So.
cowbell?
No. Yeah.
Saturday Night Live with Christopher Walken, more cowbell.
Okay, so you're getting way ahead of me here, boy. This is a excited group here. So trombone, trumpet, bass. I play baritone also. Maybe your son Charity will end up playing some baritone. They can play that treble clef or bass clef. There are 2 different parts that it can play there. And being a band teacher, there is nothing more rewarding if you love music than to be able to become a music teacher. I mean, there's just nothing. It's so rewarding. It's incredible.
He loves her.
Yeah. So anyway, let me see here.
And you love Natalie Merchant. You love both those girls.
Tish, I'd like to go see the Christmas tour. They come to Erie quite often, Erie, Pennsylvania, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and their Christmas tour. One of my favorite Christmas tours was Michael W. Smith and some of the artists around him, including some of the American Idol artists. For King and Country's Christmas stuff it's got to be the best. It is some of the best music out there as well. Tish mentions Mr. Holland's Opus. What an incredible storyline.
I need to see it.
Something you may not know is that Richard Dreyfuss, to prepare for that movie, the way he learned how to conduct was what is called mirror image, and so he conducts throughout the whole movie left-handed, and it is not the way you conduct an orchestra. So nobody knows that, but next time you get a chance to watch Mr. Holland's Opus, watch which hand his baton is in and how he's directing, but it's because he learned to conduct by mirror image, which is, a lot of people don't know that. I always find those little out-of-the-way facts.
August Rush is a really good
August
movie.
Rush,
Cello.
another great movie, yes.
The cello.
Tremendous. Alison Krauss, now you're hitting Kayla. Now you're hitting with full force there. I love Alison Krauss, Union Station. All the music that was written for Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and all of that stuff.
You should tell Jamie and Natalie Merchant.
Yeah, my son Jamie had a band. It was called Java. They got to open for 10,000 Maniacs. It was absolutely tremendous. My son is an amazing guitarist and vocalist, and it was
And your
just
grandson is an
my
amazing
grandson
guitarist.
who's at drummer.
Thank you.
Kit drummer, yeah, he's a jazz drummer, and he is a student at Rochester Institute of Technology, going to probably be a nuclear physicist or something, brainiac like that. But he plays in a jazz combo on from the campus up there. He's one of the best drummers I've ever heard, and I've heard a lot of drummers.
Now you're talking my stuff.
There you go, Van
Something I know.
Halen, sure, a little bit of that hammer-on guitar stuff going on there. So it's played a lot of that stuff. Yeah. Dobro. Listen, me too. I love the Dobro. Precursor for slide guitar, Dwayne Allman, Joe Walsh, and all those guys. But it's the country version of slide, and the Dobro is an amazing guitar. National Guitar makes the best Dobros, always has made the best Dobros out there. And yeah, Jackie, that is fantastic. I mean, I love that. I love all kinds. Like I said, I love bluegrass music. It's a challenge. I try to encourage guitar players to get with some bluegrass players once in a while, just so they can really find out, you know. So Charity, you have no musical bone in your body, and you wish you did. But let me just say something. You have it in your brain. So music, that's the beauty of it. It's for everyone, whether you can perform it or you listen to it. For those of us that perform it, we can't do anything unless we have those of you that can listen to it, right? So if you love music, you know, you may not have had that, but you have other things. You have other gifts. You have other talents, and I know you do because I've seen that. And just grab on to the things that you've been given, and you know, God has blessed you with, and just do that with. Find your passion and just go for it. You know, whatever that might be. It's just tremendous. You know. Yeah, that's true. That was the video. We watched that. We watched your gardening. Oh my gosh.
I want that.
Yeah. So now we got to
so
talk
fun.
about
Yard.
raised bed gardens. Well, we have enough yard to do raised bed. It's just that, and we need to. We can't plant a garden without them because of woodchucks. Yeah, groundhogs in other countries. Yeah.
And a raccoon.
So, yeah. Tish, Silver Bells at
I
Christmas, beautiful song. You also love the bells, the bell choirs and stuff. Oh man,
Carol of the Bells is my favorite Christmas song.
Absolutely tremendous. Yeah, just a great. Those are amazing. So,
hi,
hello,
dear.
Tammy. How are you? Good to have you aboard. My battery is croaking on this, so I'm going to switch over to my iPad here in a second because I've got that charged
I
up.
wonder about my battery on my phone.
Who knows?
It was at 63 when I started.
That'll be when we go off the air.
We inadvertently say goodbye quicker than normal. Although we've been on here a while.
yeah, you started before me, for sure. So I'm going away for a minute.
Not like
Not
physically.
No, not physically. I'm getting
cool
off
trip.
from the one into. Yeah, it'd be a cool
I
trick.
listen to Christmas music all year round.
Okay, let's see here.
I'm a traditional Christmas person, except I have to say for King and Country is really good. But they're Aussies. No, really, seriously, I love Christmas all year round.
All right, so here we go.
Oh, I heard the bells on Christmas Day. That's
Heard the bells on
no.
Christmas Day. Yes,
Sexy.
love it. Christmas movies. Okay,
my-
let's name those. What's your favorite Christmas movies?
The Muppet Christmas Carol.
I like it too. It's one of the best versions of the Christmas Carol. What others? You know mine, right?
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life.
I love It's a Wonderful Life. It's one of my favorite. It's the best movie of all time, as far as I'm concerned. And I also like.
I feel like George Bailey at the end of that movie when you guys were sending me wax. I felt
Oh
like
yeah,
George Bailey.
That was a George.
Literally.
Yeah, that's true. Christmas Vacation.
No. I hate that movie. I hate that movie so much. No. I don't do slapstick funny. No.
White Christmas.
Yeah, it's okay.
Holiday Inn. some old movies. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely love those
Mother
kinds of
Christmas
things.
Carol.
So I just want to make sure that
Casting
Tish
Crowns.
knows that Die Hard is, well, I guess it is a Christmas movie.
I
was
love
gonna say
Die
it's
Hard.
not, but it is. It's all about, yeah, it is, definitely,
Well, the first one,
yeah.
the
Yeah, the first one.
Die Hard with a Vengeance with Samuel L. Jackson. That's my favorite one. That's not Christmas, but it's
No,
really
but
good.
the original one is.
So
yeah, it's
funny.
about the Christmas season.
That's my kind of
it's
funny.
done during the Christmas season. So, oh my goodness, that's great. Charlie Brown Christmas, yes.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, not only that, but you don't have to worry about falling asleep during
The
it because it
Grinch.
only lasts
Ooh,
10 minutes.
animated.
No, it's a great movie. Love it. National Lampoon. I know, that's what I said. That's Christmas Vacation. Yeah. Yeah,
That's when I take a nap.
I think it's a hoot. Oh my
No.
gosh, just one of Chevy Chase's best movies. Yeah.
That's not my kind of movie.
Yeah, no, she's not really into that humor. She's a nice person, but she doesn't really get
That's
that
my favorite.
sense of
It's like
humor.
all I can
animated
name all the
Grinch.
animated movies.
Animated Grish? What the heck is that?
Oh, I don't know that one.
You know the animated
No,
Grinch movie?
Joy X Noel.
Oh, Joy X Noel. No, Okay, so let's look it up. Let's watch it tonight.
It's a movie?
I don't know. That's what she said.
I will check it out.
All right, we'll
I'll
find out.
forget. Remind me.
Do you like the Grinch also? Not just the animated. I like the animated. You're a mean one.
Oh,
Mr.
any Christmas
Grinch.
Carol. That's my favorite Christmas story.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I don't like the Christmas story.
I like
Robin,
the Jim.
I know you do.
I like the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch too. That was
it's
good.
okay.
Yeah, I like.
I much prefer the animated.
You know the
Dr. Seuss
little
version.
girl on that one on How the
She's a
Grinch
famous
Stole
rock
Christmas.
star.
Yeah, really great musician, and she's grown up to be a great
She sang with
rock
Marilyn
star.
Manson.
Yeah, she's
Although
done
he's
lot
a
of
great
stuff.
musician, I will
He
say.
is a great musician.
Creepy as heck, but he's a good
very strange man.
musician.
Yes. Scrooged. Bill Murray. Okay.
Ceasefire.
Huh?
It's about the ceasefire
About the
on
ceasefire
Christmas
Christmas
Day.
Day. Okay,
do I not
during
know
Christmas Day. Fantastic. We'll need to see that. We do
Scrooged.
need to see it. Yeah, Bill Murray. Bill Murray comes here to our area on a regular basis. Jamestown, New York is where the National Comedy Hall of Fame or the National
I'm
Comedy
serious.
Center is. So we get the big name comics come here every year, plus the Lucille Ball Festival is here. And so it's kind of a neat thing. So, Charity's doing her nails, so you're
I
finished
have
planting
man
for
nail
the day.
beds. They're like the fattest, widest man nail beds.
I wonder if she was
ever.
gardening today, and now she's got to do her nails. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's from Corner Gas. So if you don't know the show, then you're not going to know.
I
Okay.
don't understand your references.
Okay.
That's my life. I don't understand most of his references.
Brent's mom has to get her nails done like 20 times during that movie.
Oh.
The new Spirited movie. Not familiar with that either. Oh, see, now we're getting movies that we can watch. So. Yeah.
Yeah, she does amazing nails and jelly.
Yeah.
If we lived closer, I'd pay her. To make my hands not look like man hands. They're man hands. My daughter has like the longest,
minute.
skinniest hands I've ever seen.
And I married you? Oh no. That's-
I mean, come on. They look more like man hands than they do girl hands.
I'm just teasing, you know that. So that's nice, Chop. I didn't know you had this. I could use this
We
when I'm
got
cooking.
that in Nashville.
I could
and
be-
no, you can't. It
I
tastes
can't
like
use it.
wax now.
Oh, okay.
It was free.
It was worth a try.
Woo woo, Cheryl. Hi.
There we go. Late to the party, but you're here. That's
My
what
daughter's
matters. So.
Oh, Will Ferrell, you lost me.
I don't know why you're not a huge
I
Will
don't-
Ferrell fan, but some of the
no.
stuff he's done. Now you like him in the
Have
Louis
you-
Stracult thing, you know,
In person?
more
You would
cowbell.
disagree.
You like him in that, so yeah.
He is funny in More
He is-
Cowbell.
He's funny in that Saturday Night Live.
Casting Crowns.
Casting Crowns, absolutely fantastic band. Yes, absolutely tremendous. Yeah, good band, definitely. Yep. Yep. This is fun. You guys are like, maybe we'll just stay on all night. It keeps getting larger and larger. There's like, you know.
Yeah, that's because I was crazy and forgot like what time it is anywhere other than like the East Coast. Sorry.
These are always fun. I mean, it's fun to do live because,
an updated
and to watch
Scrooge.
lives too.
Okay.
So, oh.
Even though, like, well, is it Elf? I don't know.
I think that's a pretty good one. I think also good.
I've only seen parts of it.
He plays a good role in that, so he does. He does.
But
some
Ryan
good stuff.
Reynolds. The Proposal. That is the funniest.
Oh, I
movie
thought you
ever.
wanted one of his cell phones.
What?
He owns a cell phone company.
The random things do.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Huh. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Shawshank Redemption, absolutely tremendous movie.
Not bad.
Tremendous movie.
I love The Green Mile.
Tremendous movie. Yeah, Green Mile, another amazing movie. But I love this.
I
mean,
like
there's some serious stuff going on there. Mm-hmm.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
I really like Morgan Freeman.
Great. What a great actor. You know. Yeah. Him and George Burns were both God.
She heard he sold it now. You tell him. Otto. I don't think so. Maybe, possibly, but I don't think so.
No, I haven't seen Otto yet.
No, not yet. Tom Hanks.
But yeah, I want to see it. The reviews I read were really positive, very good reviews. So my mother will need to see it.
She loves.
She
Tom
watches
Hanks.
every Tom Hanks movie. Oh my gosh! And Melissa just gave her some movies to watch.
Love
and I had no until you go through all the Tom Hanks movies, you have no idea how many he's done. It's just like totally amazing what he's done. Yeah, Hidden Figures. What a
amazing! I own it.
Amazing,
it's so good.
Amazing movie. Tremendous movie.
Oh, I do need to see Otto.
Yeah, we need to see it.
I like Tom Hanks in Saving Mr. Banks. That's really good.
Yeah, that was good. He does some amazing stuff. Even Won't You Be My Neighbor? The Fred Rogers thing. Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, just some great stuff. Yeah.
He likes Sleepless in Seattle, or no, You've Got
Mail.
I did.
I loved that. Both.
See, chick flicks. I told you.
But they were great movies. I mean, really.
It works for me.
Yeah, I love Forrest Gump. Who doesn't? I mean, come on. Absolutely. Yeah. The storyline in Hidden Figures needs to be shouted. It's just
The Help is really sweet.
And The Help was another one that needs to be shouted. That's
one of my all-time favorite movies, The Free State of Jones.
Free State of Jones,
with
absolutely.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
I own it. It gets me all fired up.
She gets fired up.
Like really angry, fired up. Like.
Yeah. It's
sad. So sad.
Sad stuff for sure. So White Christmas, fantastic, Michelle. I have to watch it at least twice every Christmas season.
Hey, Chris.
Bing Crosby, what a huge fan, but the music in all of that, just tremendous stuff.
He
just
loves
great stuff.
Sports movies. We Are Marshall is so good.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen Rudy or Invincible.
Yes, you have. Well, you've seen Invincible, but Rudy, Notre Dame, absolutely tremendous movie, great movie.
I love war movies.
I love Field of Dreams. I love A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own, absolutely amazing. 8 Men Out. Sports-related movies. Those are baseball.
I like the Jackie Robinson
story. 42. Great movie. Tremendous movie. The Replacements. Oh, that is a good movie. That is a hoot. Yeah, in places. Yeah, absolutely good movie. Overboard with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. What a great, the original Overboard. That's my favorite of that franchise as well.
That's really good too with them.
Yep. I have a problem with, I get very emotional watching baseball movies because my dad, who passed away in 2001, was my best friend. And he was my baseball manager growing up, and we managed teams together. And, it was my family was a baseball family, not a music family so much. We had musicians, but a baseball family. And so you know, just an uncle that was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Just baseball was it. And there are just parts of Field of Dreams, A League of Their Own, and others that I have a hard time getting through. I get very emotional about them. Moneyball, what a great movie. You saw that with me, the Cleveland Browns draft. Or not, no,
really
Moneyball's the Oakland A's. Okay, and Draft Day is the Kevin Costner
the one with
one,
Clint
the
Eastwood?
Cleveland Browns. That's Trouble with the Curve.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
I saw it. That was good.
Great stuff.
I don't like
Multiplicity. Have you
baseball.
seen Multiplicity?
Refresh my memory.
I don't remember it. That's why I'm wondering. It sounds like one we've watched. So
Might have.
The Metaphor Moment. That's one I haven't seen. Need to see that.
I don't know.
Thank you for suggestions.
Bird on a Wire.
Yeah.
I've not seen that, but I love
Sandlot.
Mel Gibson.
And the goodies. The Sandlot is a great movie. I didn't grow up like on a dirt field playing like the Sandlot, but it just brings back a lot of memories of being a little kid playing ball.
One Mel Gibson movie, if you've never seen it, you need to see it. It's an amazing movie. The Man Without a Face is amazing.
Yeah, my mom even loved that.
I love that movie. I think that's the best Mel Gibson.
I think
besides Passion of the
that
Christ is
I
really
think that one, Clint Eastwood's done so many great
not in
movies
that
over the years, but Trouble with the Curve is definitely one of the best, and just absolutely great stuff. I'm a little bit of an Amy Adams fan, so I do like her in that movie. So I don't know why.
Well, I'm a Jensen Ackles fan.
Well, I know. I mean,
Leo
I figured if
DiCaprio.
you could talk about Leo or anybody else, or I could talk about Amy Adams. So thought that was okay. The Pride of the Yankees. What a great movie. So you're getting really throwback now. You're going back in the day, and I wasn't alive when some of these movies came out, but they are absolutely tremendous movies. Tin Cup. Oh, Kevin Costner. Great movie. Great movie.
Oh, he's really good in The Guardian.
Yeah, that was
movie.
Lori that said that. Y'all remember The Elephant Man?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yep.
With singer
Michael
Cher.
Keaton. And I love Andy McDowell. I mean, that's because I love Groundhog Day.
Of course you do. I wanted her hair.
Multiplicity, Michael Keaton and Andy McDowell, and I'm just not putting it in my head, so
No,
we
but
figure that out.
my favorite Michael Keaton movie, he's really good as Batman, but I loved him in Jack Frost. Makes me cry.
Yeah, that's really
Makes
good.
me cry so bad.
Jerry, we love old movies too. I mean, they're just such great. I mean, it's history,
I have many Bob Hope movies. Now that's funny to me. Like the road movies are so funny.
The Gran Torino. I saw it, but it's been so long ago. But I think that's.
I love true stories.
Yeah, great one, Cheryl. Thank you for mentioning that one. I need to go back and refresh that one in my memory. The Blind Side. Yeah,
We own it.
Yeah, we own that. Great storyline. Fairly accurate.
son is really good,
but tremendous stuff. So.
Son's
Yeah,
a cutie.
his son, Clint Eastwood's son is very good as well. So Groundhog Day, Blindside, great.
He loves Groundhog Day.
I love Groundhog Day. I
Hanging with
can
them.
see who
What
gets.
about Bob is
Wait
the
a minute.
funniest movie
See,
I've ever seen.
don't move too quickly. So Groundhog Day, the question is, how many times you can watch it?
No.
Because you have to watch it every Groundhog Day. Because
No.
we're in Pennsylvania, Punxsutawney,
No.
and then that's the base of that. But there's a hotel depicted in that movie called the Pennsylvania Hotel. It was actually the Punxsutawney Hotel.
May or
I
may
used to
not see
play
myself.
that with the one band that I toured with. We used to play the Punxsy Hotel, and so that's kind of cool like that. What was the other one you mentioned? That you just mentioned when I said
What
Groundhog
about
Day.
Bob?
Oh, what
It's
about
so freaking
Bob?
funny.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. That is tremendous.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, to me that's one of my favorite Richard Dreyfuss movies. I know people think of him from Jaws.
What
and
about Bob?
Mr. Holland's
Does that
Over.
drive you crazy?
But what about Bob is great. Yeah, it makes me crazy. Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does. But yeah, I think those are great. Addie McDowell, mentioning her, she actually had an appearance in more recent years on a show called The Mayor with, that was a series, it was a short-lived series about
Watches
the
way
mayor
more things
of
than I do.
the mayor of Los Angeles there, and who's the guy from Cheers?
Ted Danson?
Ted Danson stars in that, yeah. And it was a good series, very short-lived, yeah. Zombieland. Brian's
I don't know that
Song.
one.
Brian's Song. Okay, so you get into athletic movies. Again, now that's from the 70s, but that is one of the most touching, powerful movies, Brian's Song. And of course, everybody needs to see that. I really do, yeah. So you haven't lived until you have seen What About Bob? And that's true, but please name, this is your next test on this show, okay? Please name Bob's goldfish. I want the name of Bob's goldfish on What About Bob? Let's see who's the first one to come up with it.
Bob?
We'll give you a shout out here, but Bob had a goldfish.
Name
Let's
Bob?
find out if you can name. No, not named Bob.
Settle down.
So I'm looking for his goldfish's
down.
name in the movie. Here we go. It's not Fred. Nope, it's not. I do like the champ, but that's not the name of the goldfish either. So
No, I think she's
I'm just messing
naming
with
the
you, Chris. I'm messing. I know that's not. I can't wait. Nobody's getting this. Huh.
Copeland?
I'm gonna give you a few
it
minutes
Copeland?
before that. What's that?
Is it Copeland?
No, but Acadia Territory. Who is that?
Oh,
You got
Tracy.
it. Yeah, Tracy, you got it. Gil. Okay. Some of you are getting it
Finding
now. So
Nemo.
you. Gil,
That's where I know
I
Gil.
love the goldfish. Like, good morning, Gil.
I haven't seen that movie since the 80s.
Oh my gosh.
80s? I
Let's
think it
watch
was
it tonight. When
What?
we're done with this, we'll watch What About Bob? I love that movie. You guys are so
Funny,
funny. It was like his best friend, So I think his only friend. I like the part where he blows up where Richard Dreyfuss's character inadvertently blows up his own house trying to get rid of Bob. That is so funny. You have a beta named Gil. See, it's a
Aw.
great fish name. I love it.
Philadelphia. I've
Hey,
not
Philadelphia.
Seen it, but
I have.
I love Denzel Washington.
I have. Denzel plays the attorney
Lori.
representing Tom Hanks. Philadelphia, and my mom wants to see that one. She's never seen it, and we need to figure out a way for her to have that. That is a
lot of movies.
powerful movie. Tremendous movie, yeah.
It looks really good. I
It
just never
is.
seen it.
It is amazing. Well, we can watch that too. We've got that on streaming. So big. Aha. Okay. So what was the big toy store in New York City that?
FAO Schwartz.
The FAO Schwartz and Tom Hanks playing the piano, dancing on the piano. Yeah, tremendous stuff. Yeah, a great movie.
I
Great
need to
movie.
see. And the band played on.
Oh yeah. Need to see that. I haven't seen that. I don't think. Mr. Holland's Opus, absolutely. I love the movies that are about music and that kind of thing. Yeah, I agree. I love this, Michelle. Yeah, it doesn't feel like Christmas until you've seen that movie, till you see White Christmas. I love the whole storyline is cool. It's very much from that era of musicals and whatnot. Irving Berlin, one of the greatest composers of all time, that did all the music for it, and for so many movies in that time, just tremendous. So, The Toy with Richard Pryor, that's another good one too. That's a great one. So, and Whiplash, I'd have to reach back and remember. I think I saw that a number of years ago, but I won't say that I saw it until I go back and start watching it again. But just to make sure. But there's some that Richard Pryor movie. That was very good. Okay, Wilson. I don't know what that is. So somebody tell me what that is. I do know the Tom Hanks movie that has Wilson in it.
Castaway.
That one I know. Castaway. I know that one. So
Oh, that was sad.
I know. No, it's really long. It was a long movie.
I love Will Smith movies too. The one 7 Pounds.
Oh
so
yeah.
sad.
Boy, that's powerful.
And then
My goodness,
the one with his son. I cannot remember.
Yes, I know what you mean. Where he's
And his son, like,
becomes a
it's the
stockbroker.
only toy. No, I don't know. But it's the only toy that his son has. They're homeless. and they have to make it to this homeless shelter. They're gonna close, or they're not gonna have a place to stay. And he drops it in the road, and then they have to hurry. I think they miss getting in there anyway. But I was like, "Is this only toy?" And I'm like bawling.
His actual son played the role with him, right? Isn't it? Yeah.
I
I think that's.
can't remember his name.
What was the movie called?
Oh, well, there's 7 pounds. I don't think
Well, that's
that's
different.
7
That's
pounds.
not the one. No.
I cannot remember the name of that movie. Elsa. That was sad. It made me sad. I will cry over stuff like that.
Did you guys know that Melissa can do some of Will Smith, right? So.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, all shooting some people outside of the school. And a couple of guys who were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little fight, and my mom got scared and sent me to my auntie and uncle in Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cab, "You go home, smell you later." Looked at my kingdom. I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air.
There you go.
I always miss the very Pursuit of Happiness. Thank you.
Pursuit of Happiness. Yes. Yeah.
I always miss the first part of. I just remember from in. Let me tell you a story. Sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the king of or the Prince of Bel Air. I just can't. I love that show.
Yeah. That. What a great.
Melissa's nervous and didn't do a very good job. Yeah, the Pursuit of Happiness. It tears me up when his son loses his only toy in the road, and I'm like, no. And at my son, we were at Disney. We were trying to, we were I think at Epcot, and he found the sticker, right? And we were trying to make it to hurry up to the tram, so we had our way back to the hotel. And I was like, and he dropped the sticker, and I was like, you get that sticker because of the Pursuit of Happiness. I'm like, we'll walk if we have to, but you grab that sticker. Like, and Dale's like, we gotta hurry. That movie flashed right through my head. I was like,
oh, Jackie can dance like Carlton.
Oh
my gosh,
so cute.
yeah.
I love
He's
Will Smith.
what's the show that he hosts now? Does he do Dancing with the Stars or one of those?
I don't watch TV. I watch you guys.
No, I know that's true. Yeah, she spends her evenings watching. I see more shows than she does, but yeah, I want to see the Carlton dance. Okay. So Jackie has to send us a video of the Carlton dance. That's it. I love it.
It's amazing.
You rap that pretty good. You might have a career in rap.
Well, you're tapping through me off, but yeah.
My tapping is supposed to actually keep you on.
That's
That's funny.
I love it. Can you tell I watched like all the Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
Those were some great shows in those days. There were just so many nice, neat things that they were positive. I think that's something our culture needs a whole lot more of, is positive, upbuilding, life-giving.
Cosby Show.
Life-giving stuff. The right kind of messages that I think it would be really helpful. There's a lot of great stuff out there too. I don't mean to belittle anything, but yeah, absolutely tremendous. So
you guys, I have wax everywhere, literally.
Wow, look at that. 33 people, 34 now are watching, so that's amazing. It really is. Does anybody have some sandwiches out there or something? I'm getting hungry, so
we should go. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
don't know.
running out of things to
now
chop
there are more and
except
more
my
people
Scentsy
coming,
bread.
so maybe we need to stay. I don't know. Stay until your battery wears out. One time goes away.
Running out of wax.
That's funny. You are running out of wax, but there's so many other things we can do.
I'm not dancing, sorry.
You don't have to dance.
You don't
Just maybe
wanna
some more
watch
rap.
him dance.
No, you don't want to. No, I can't dance. I was always playing in the band at the dances, so
I'm gonna do the Wednesdays.
There you go. I can't do the Wednesday dance either, but she wants to learn this. I printed the music out for Paint It Black that she does on the Wednesday version, which I can get a score of music on it. So yeah, and it's really good. So yeah, really good. Yeah.
I just have these.
Dent. The question was, have you made a dent in your waxing basket? These are hard words to say together.
Well, we'll try to hold them up. We'll try to hold them up.
Yeah. Do you want to try to?
Yeah.
The ones that you cut up?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're such a cut up tonight. Oh, I already said that, didn't I?
Ready? How many waxes
There's so
can we
many.
hold?
How many can we hold? Oh,
This
boy.
is all that I've chopped. I'll chop it with you guys. Ready?
Okay, let's see. How many? Here, put one on your head. Okay. Put one on my head. Let's see here. Let's just get some more.
I chopped all this. We'll talk with you guys.
This is amazing, right? Thank
That's
you for
all.
staying with us so that
Ooh,
we
that's
could.
all. That's not chopped.
Oh, it's a chop. No. Okay, so what do you think? So we got a
That's a lot of
few.
wax.
There's a few. But so glad that you work pretty good when your mind is otherwise occupied, huh? You get a lot done. Tremendous.
All right, guys. Well,
yeah.
thank you so much for hanging out with me. I chopped all of that.
Hope you had a good time. I had a good time. It was really cool seeing some of the responses that people had. And we talked about movies and music and bands and all kinds of things. Yeah, there's a subject that we could come up with sometime to talk about
Well, I
next
have
time.
12 Scentsy bricks, so sometime in the near future, we will have to do this again.
Many blessings to all of you as well. Thank you for being here. It has been a blast. It's been a blast to be here with you tonight. And
Always.
yeah, it's always, yeah. And we love watching the stuff that some of you are out there doing. It's just so much fun to watch that. And I love this community. This wax community is just something else,
Thank
you know.
you so much,
Yeah.
you guys. You guys
It's
are the
tremendous,
sweetest. We had a lot of fun hanging
Yeah.
out with you.
Yep, it was great fun. So that's it, huh?
Yeah,
All right. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Gracie.
No, say goodnight.
Good night.
George Burns. Sorry about that. All right. Peace to you. Blessings to you.
I don't know how to go live.
Oh, well, I guess we're just stuck here. We're going to be
Do you wanna
live forever.
click the-
Excuse me. I'm going to reach now. Bye-bye. So long.
Don't know if it'll work.
Peace.